Hello there. Hey. Okay. All right. I'm gonna talk to you for about an hour, and it's weird. It's weird what I do. Somebody asked me once if it takes confidence to. Nobody asked me, but I just want to talk about this. If it takes. It does take confidence to do this. It takes not a general confidence, but a specific kind, you know? There's lots of kinds of confidence. There's personal confidence. I don't have much of that. Personal confidence is like a man wearing white pants. That takes, you know, tremendous confidence and optimism, really. To leave the house in white pants like it's gonna be a great day. There's gonna be no puddles or pizza, nothing. I could never wear white pants because I'll get my period, first of all, I know that. Or diarrhea, more likely. That's really my period. Diarrhea. About once a month, I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go. Better just get home. And don't make any big decisions today. It's true, don't make, if you have diarrhea, don't negotiate. It's a bad bargaining position. If I have diarrhea, you stand between me and the toilet, I'll sell you my house for 10 cents. So that's one kind of confidence. Here's another kind, moral confidence. Moral confidence, that means knowing that you would do the right thing, knowing that you wouldn't do something wrong. Moral confidence. You can have that in your daily life, because a lot of your days are the same. But what if you were in another time? I would love to believe, I feel confident that I would not have had slaves. I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have had any. Even if I lived in 17 whatever, in Virginia, and all my neighbors had slaves, I would have been like, you guys are dicks. I can say that, but it's easy to say that now, because you can't get no slaves. You just can't get any. That's why you don't have slaves. It's not because you're better than back then people. It's because they're not available. That's a huge contributing factor. It's not a decision you need to make every day, like you're crying your groceries, but oh, fuck, maybe I should, I don't know, I better not, but geez, it would be easier. Because they're not there. It's not like they have slaves at Home Depot. I mean, they kind of do. But, yeah. There are some forms of kind of slavery. You can get a Russian woman to do whatever you want because her family's hostage. That's one of them. But that's still temporary. I mean, you could adopt like a 12-year-old from Bangladesh and... I mean, really, he'll move into your house and do your laundry and suck your dick, whatever you want. But even he gets to leave when he's 18. Although, who wants them when they're that old? I'm just saying, excuse me. I'm just saying that slavery gets rebranded, but it doesn't really ever totally go away. I mean, it's been part of human history, going way back, slavery. Even the earliest civilizations in Mesopotamia, I don't know if I didn't go to college, I don't know anything. But the earliest images of human life already had the guys going, ugh, and the guy going, ah, motherfucker. How early did we come up with this? Like from the beginning of human existence, we evolved, through ideas. We were a scared naked ape, and then we were like, make a fire, it's a good idea. Kill an animal and take his fur, it's a good idea. Plant things and then wait, it's a good idea. But really quickly we came up with, just make them fucking do it. I'm not doing anything. I'm doing nothing. Make them fucking do it. That was like our third thing we did on Earth. So you can have confidence, but you got to be a little, I mean, there's things that people did in history that I wouldn't have done, for sure. Like, I wouldn't have made an Auschwitz. I wouldn't have done that. What am I going to do with an Auschwitz? Yeah, Auschwitz is not one of those where you're like, it was the times, It was a horrible thing, obviously. Auschwitz, horrible. They killed people. They killed children. They killed little children in Auschwitz who could have grown up and moved to Brooklyn and hated black people, and they didn't get to do that. It's terrible. I know. I had a friend who's a comedian in England, and he made a joke about Auschwitz, and he got in a lot of trouble. It was a big shitstorm. And at one point, Auschwitz tweeted about his joke. It's true. It's an Auschwitz with a blue check. So it was like, oh, cool, it's really them. And they tweeted like, that's not funny. Why is the death camp tweeting? Who's running the social accounts at Auschwitz? I got a summer job at Auschwitz. I'm running their Twitter. Moral confidence. There's other ways to boost your moral confidence. Like you can do good things. Or not. You can help people all the time. You can help homeless people. There's a lot of homeless people here. There's a shitload of homeless people here. I mean, not in here. There's none in here. There's zero in here. That's right. They can't come in here. Even with a ticket, they cannot come in here. They're not allowed in the places where we're allowed. That's what we all agree on. Everybody's like, I don't know what to do about the homeless, but they're not coming in here. They're not coming in here. They're outdoor people. They don't have... If you don't have your own indoors, you can't go in other people's indoors. They can't go where we go. There's places where you'll never see a homeless person. Like the airport. There's no homeless people at the airport. You go to the bus station, they're on the bus beside you. But at the airport, they can't even get to it. They can't even get to it. You never seen a homeless person at the airport? You never been at your gate and some guy's like, hey man, I'm trying to get to Tokyo, can you help me out? Just give me an aisle seat, brother. And they're all over the country, everywhere now. I've been on tour, I've seen them everywhere. I was in Phoenix, and it was during the summer, 120 degrees. And homeless people are just standing at the intersection with a sign, and they're just cooking. You can't even tell what race he was before it burnt off. And he's holding a sign that says, help, I'm on fire. But you're like, you're in a white BMW, like, I can't, sorry. There's glass here. I can't help because of the glass. And even here you drive by them. In New York, you walk right by them. So in New York, they're right there. They're in your space, they're in your world, and you gotta make a choice. Every couple of blocks, you gotta make a choice. You gonna help or not? You gotta keep shooting it. You gotta put a limit on it somewhere, because you're not gonna help all of them, and you're not gonna help any of them, really, with a few bucks. But there's always that, like, there's a homeless guy who lives, he doesn't live anywhere, but, I mean, he's, by definition, he's at large. But he's often seen. He's always on the corner by my house. Same guy, every day. And I walk past him every day on the way to the store. I go to the same store every day. I go to Claire's. I don't know if you know Claire's. It's a jewelry store for children. I go there every day. I buy a handful of scrunchies and I run home. Everything else I buy online. But anyway, when I walk by this homeless guy in the morning, he always goes, "Hey, man, can you help me out?" And I go, "Sure." I give him $5. Then I go to the store. 5 minutes later, I walk by, and he says, "Hey, man, can you..." He doesn't remember, which is fine, but I don't want to give him another $5, you know? Because I only have a few million. I don't know why. I don't know why. I clearly should. I don't know what makes me go, You had your $5, young man. What am I going to spoil him? You know what I was thinking about today? I was thinking about Jesus. I was. Today, I was thinking about Jesus. And after I came, I thought, well, I feel sorry for Jesus. That's how I feel. I don't know how much you know about Jesus, but I feel fucking bad for Jesus, man. I do. He had a hard life. I mean, the last day was particularly difficult, but if you look at pictures of him, he had to wear that thong, that fucking just dish rag, yanked up his balls, just carrying his cross like fuck, just a rash. Some people say you should live like Jesus. Who can live? He was insane. You can't live like that. He had a weird life. I'm reading about Jesus. I have this book about Jesus. I'm going to share it with you. Okay. This is a book about Jesus. Actually, only this much is about Jesus. Only that, just that part. The rest of it is just the Jews going like, and then we walked for 50 years in the desert, and we only had a little bit of oil. It was difficult. It's fucking verbose. Look at that, just Jews. It just goes on and on. And then Jacob bought a goat, and Abraham lived to be 800. Yeah, I bet he fucking did, too. The Jews in the early chapters are all like 800 years old. And then God was like, I can with these fucking Jews for 800 years. Heart disease starts today. So that's them. And that's Jesus. Oh, this little part is Jesus. And the weird part is it's not all, like, it's all the same story over and over again. They tell the same story about Jesus' life over and over. First Matthew tells it, and then Mark is like, dude, that's not what, you're fucking drunk. Here's what happened. I'll tell you what happened. Hey, Paul, you weren't even here. Shut the fuck up. And I started reading it because I never read it. I was raised Catholic, but they don't encourage you to read the church. They don't. They don't want you to read this. You know, Jews read this shit in Hebrew. And Baptists sit down and they read together. But the Catholics, they want you to come in the building. They want you to come in and they tell you. And you're like, can I read it? And they're like, no, I'll tell you what happened. You know, sorry, put the book down. But it's interesting because when you read the stories, you know, you think of them as lofty, kind of like, but some of them are just basic life in the Jesus life. Okay, here's one. This is when he turned water into wine. This is his first miracle. This is John chapter 2, okay? Okay, and on the third day, there was a wedding in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. And both Jesus was called and his disciples to the wedding. And when they wanted wine, the mother of Jesus saith unto him, they have no wine here. And Jesus saith unto her, woman, what have I to do with thee? Just life. Mary was a fucking alcoholic. He took her to a wedding. There's no fucking wine, Jesus. What am I supposed to do here without wine? And he's like, Mom! Don't! Anyway, you know the rest of the story is that Jesus, he's at the wedding, they had no wine. So Jesus went to the guy running the wedding and he was like, look in the water barrel. Like that, like a close-up magician. Why don't you take a look? Maybe it's not the Red Queen. Go ahead and flip that card over. What do you think? Told him to look in the water barrel, and he looked, and it was wine. He had turned all their water into wine. Everybody rejoiced. Except the guy running the wedding was probably like, we did need some water. It's actually a bigger problem. I have a feeling a lot of his miracles were met with mixed. Like, oh, thanks. That's great, Jesus. Fuck. Like Lazarus. Lazarus had been dead for 4 days. And Jesus comes to town and he says, Lazarus, rise. And Lazarus comes out of the tomb like, and Lazarus' wife is like, are you fucking kidding me right now? But so here's a story, though, I want to read to you. This story, I'd never seen it in a Jesus movie. This story is not in any movies about Jesus. And it's not, I've never, until I sat and read this, I never heard this story. Because it's weird. This is the story of Jesus cursing a fig tree. Does anybody by applause know of this story? Okay, that's just enough to make it clear. This is true. I mean, it's not, nothing's true in here. But I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't fucking know. What do I know? I wasn't there. I'm just trying to make it clear that I didn't make it up. They did. But anyway, all right, I don't know. Okay, here's the story. This is Mark chapter 11. It's when Mark went broke. Okay. And Jesus entered into Jerusalem, and when he had looked around about and seen all things, and the eventide was come, he went out unto Bethany with the 12. See, Bethany was like a suburb of Jerusalem. So he went in Jerusalem. You know, you see all the shit downtown, but you don't stay downtown. You go to the Marriott by the airport. You know? That's what Bethany was. Okay? And on the morrow, when they come from Bethany, Jesus was hungry. And seeing a fig tree afar off, having leaves, he came to it, if haply he might find anything thereon. But when he came to the tree, he found nothing but leaves, for the time of figs was not yet. And Jesus answered and saith unto the tree, no man shall eat fruit of thee hereafter and forever. And the disciples heard it. And in the morning when they passed by, they saw the fig tree dried up from the roots and dead. And Peter, calling to remembrance, saith unto him, Master, behold, the fig tree which thou dost cursest has withered away and died. And Jesus answered and saith unto them, have faith in God. What the fuck kind of a Jesus story is that? Hey, Jesus, you killed a tree. That's right, motherfucker. What's the fucking point to this story? What is the moral? That Jesus just killed a tree. He was hungry. He was fucking cranky. He's like, there's no figs. Fuck you, tree. You're fucking dead, you piece of shit. I wanted a fig. You're fucking dead. Watch this. And the tree's like, but the time of figs is not yet. It's just not yet. I need another week. You want fruit out of season? Go to Whole Foods, you fucking Jew. I didn't do anything. You can't act like that, man. You can't act like that. You walk around acting like that, folks will nail you to a cross. That's what they'll do. They will. You gotta fucking cool it, Jesus. He got a little, you know. That's really what happened. He got a little shitty. A little big, you know. He went to Jerusalem. It's a big town for a boy from Galilee. And he didn't just walk into Jerusalem. He walked in and his friends were like, King of the Jews, y'all. King of the motherfucking Jews. The Jews didn't like that. The Jews are like, not my president, whatever, you know. So they nailed him to a cross. This is what they did. And this, the weirdest thing to me about Catholicism and all Christianity is this image. This image is the image of the biggest, most powerful religion, the cleanest religion. And it's a fucking dead guy with nails, just blood. And it's in every polite room in the world. Every nice, quiet place is a fucking Jesus. And the president and his wife, and they wear pearls, and then we always go to look at the fucking, it's just weird. Because it promotes nicely ideas like honor thy mother and thy father. Because they, it's just macabre. But I love it. I love the image. I love it. I was raised Catholic my whole life. I love this image. I stare at it. Every time I go by a church, if it's open, I go in because I want to see their Jesus. They all have a different Jesus. They're a little different. Some of them he's really suffering. And some of them he's just like, oh, well. I really got myself in a noodle this time, boy. Sometimes it's just a cross. Like, oh, fuck, where'd he go? Jesus got away. But they're all different. I was in a Korean church, and I saw a Korean Jesus. They had a Korean Jesus with the... Don't get mad. How else would I know? It was just, what, Korean Jesus? Ooh, whatever. Jesus looks different everywhere. Mostly Jesus has blonde hair and blue eyes, which we know he didn't have, but that's who won everything, so they get to draw him. The truth is Jesus was black, but you don't see that often. Black Jesus. Hey man, get me the fuck down from here. Whatever, all right. But everybody wants Jesus to look like them, so they draw him to look like them. That's why I don't like that he's always skinny. Jesus is always rail thin, just fucking, I've been doing Pilates for months getting ready for this. It's not fair. You never see a fat Jesus. I never one time saw like just a fat Jesus. With like 10 nails in each hand. He might have been fat. We don't know. I'll tell you what Jesus was not, is Korean. There's no Koreans in Jerusalem in the year 1. But I was raised Catholic, and I ended up walking away from that because I didn't like it. You know why? Because they tell you you're going to hell. And they tell little kids that. You're 5 years old in the church with all its majesty and all the buildings and the clothes. They go up to a 5-year-old and they're like, oh, you're going to hell. Oh, yeah. You're going right to hell. And you're 5 and you're like, what did I do? And the church is like, you know what you did, you piece of shit. And you're going to full hell, too. There's no kids' hell, you understand? You're going right to the show. If you're 5 years old, you steal a crayon from your sister, and then you lie about it, you get hit by a truck, you're roommates with Hitler. There's no difference. There's no difference. They take you in a room, and they're pouring hot lead into Hitler's asshole. He's like, ah! And then you walk in there like, all right, step up, it's your turn. Hitler's like, oh, good luck, little fella. Poor Hitler, man. I mean, at this point, he's been down there for 75 years. He's probably nice now. Hitler's probably nice to newcomers in hell. You know, hi, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty bad, yeah. What's that? Oh, yeah, okay. I was so scared of hell when I was a kid. I remember when I found out that gay people go to hell, according to the church, and I got scared, because I'm not gay, but what if God thinks I'm gay? What if I come off a little queer to the Lord? What if he happens to glance at me when I hit my toe and I'm like, ow? He's like, oh, I know where you're going, you faggot. I mean, that's their thing. I don't believe that. God doesn't hate you because you're gay. God made you gay because he hates you. No. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. There's no God. But you know who I feel sorry for? Who I really feel sorry for is a gay man's sperm. Just think about that. That's a tough destiny. Being a sperm inside of a gay man, this is hard luck. Because if you're gay, that's great. But your sperm is not gay. Your sperm is just excited, like, we're next, fellas, here we go. Is that shit right there? Who's shitting this chick's pussy? Yeah. I was thinking about my life today. I was thinking about like when I grew up, and I was raised in an orphanage about a block from my parents' house. And it's a joke. My father is Mexican, and my yes, 6 of you here. My father's Mexican, my mother is dead, so I'm half dead on my mom's side, and I'm half Mexican. A lot of people don't believe I'm Mexican. When I tell them I'm Mexican, they say stupid things. They say things like, how can you look like that? What do you mean, how? Like I'm trying to, like look, I'm not Mexican. No, I'm not Mexican at all. Then I get home like, hola, señor. My parents, they got divorced when I was about 10, and I have kids now, and their parents are divorced also. And I remember when we told our kids about that we were going to divorce. If you get divorced, you should tell your children. So We had to do it carefully because they were 5 and 2 years old at the time, so we had to put it in a way that they could comprehend. So I remember we sat them down, and I said, okay, listen, you know how you love your dog? You love your dog. Like, sometimes you give your dog food from your plate. You're not supposed to, but you do that because you love your dog. Remember the other day your mom and I were like, don't give the dog any ham, but you did because you love your dog. Okay, so that's why we're getting a divorce. Because you don't listen. And we just can't take it anymore. It's just too hard to not be listened to. So we're gonna move to separate homes and each have you for half the week because neither of us wants to have you all the time anymore. Yeah, and it's very sad because I love your mother very, very much. And she loves me so much. But we hate you more. That's how we handled it. You do your best, you know? That's all you can do with your kids, just do your best. Nobody fucking knows right from wrong. When I was a kid, they just taught us things to just try to keep us, just shut the fuck up. Our morals were just shut the fuck up. Things like slow and steady wins the race. They taught us that. Slow and steady wins the race. Really, does it win the race? You know what beats slow and steady? Fast and steady. Kicks the shit out of slow and steady. Slow and steady beats old and retarded. That's about it. Stop telling that to kids. A lot of what they teach kids is just to make them polite people, you know? Like they teach them that there's words you shouldn't use. There's bad words. Don't use the bad words. I can't teach my kids that because I do this for a living. But I didn't want my kids to be, you know, assholes. So I used to tell them, like, okay, look, there's no bad words. There's no bad words. All words are good, bad, nothing. But there's some people that get upset when you use certain words. So if you're going to use those words, look at the person first and try to guess if they're that kind of person. Sometimes you can offend somebody when you weren't even trying to. Like there's certain phrases, certain statements that if you're going to say them, you should say them without stopping in the middle. Certain things, if you're going to say them, don't clear your throat in the middle. Okay? You don't want to say things like, there are too many black people suffering from discrimination. We need to stop the Jews from feeling excluded. I once fucked a baby, and then I fucked him again. So you want to get through that one. Otherwise, people get the wrong idea. They'll think you only fucked that baby once. But it's tricky, you know, if you're trying to teach your kids right from wrong, you got to choose a side often because not everybody agrees on what's right and wrong. So how do you know, Like abortion, some people think it's murder, some people don't. I think people should get abortions, like a lot, like as many as you can. You should try to get a lot of abortions. You know why? Because it creates jobs. More abortions, more jobs. For the doctors and the nurses and the dumpster guy, everybody gets a job. They have to work. How are they going to feed their kids if you don't kill yours? You got to think of everybody. Abortion is a big topic, of course, because Roe v. Wade was overturned. Roe versus Wade, of course, we all know what this is. This was a court case. Roe was a woman who wanted an abortion, and Wade was the baby, I guess. I don't know. just assuming. I never found out who Wade was. Wade must have been the baby. Anyway. But now that we don't have that, every state has to come up with their own law based on how people feel. They have to listen to people and see how they feel. I think most Americans feel, on average, the same thing about abortion. They feel like people should be able to get abortions if they need them, but, just keep it down a little bit. That's all. That's just go ahead, but, come on. Do it, but don't be like, woo-hoo-hoo! Like, So we need a law that covers that keeps it available but limits it. Here's what I think we should do. Let's make this the law. You can get an abortion anytime, anywhere, but if you get an abortion, you have to eat it. I think that's fair. Because that'll make you, fuck, I gotta eat it? I better do it soon. Just trying to make everybody happy, Some Catholics believe that contraception is murder. They think if you wear a condom, if you stop a sperm from getting to an egg, you killed a possible baby. By that logic, I could say that any woman that won't fuck me is a murderer. Let me tell you, there's a bunch of murdering bitches out there. Murder is a weird law structure also. This is not a sentence, didn't make any sense, but murder should be simple because it's a binary crime. You kill somebody or you don't. They're alive or they're dead. It's one or the other. But the laws around murder are a little murky. One person can kill somebody, get 100 years, somebody else gets 20. Why? What's the difference? Here's what they base your sentence on with murder. They base it on how you felt when you murdered them. That's weirdly important. They say, okay, you shot him in the face. But what was up with you, man? Like, what was going on? Like, come on. I think if you murder somebody, your sentence should be based on how old the person was that you murdered. That should matter. How much of their life did you take away? Like, if you see a 3-year-old girl in the park and you just kick her to death, it's a hypothetical. Fucking grow up. It's a hypothetical. I'm not asking you to go do that. I'm just asking you to just really imagine just kicking a 3-year-old till she's dead. If you kill a 3-year-old, you should do a lot of time. You should do a lot of time, unless she's got like diabetes. You got to work it all in. But what if you kill somebody who's like 98? He's 98 and he's like in a hospice. He's not even good 98. He's in a hospice. You know what hospice is? It's like a hospital where they don't try to help you. And say there's a guy, he's like 98 in a hospice. He's got cancer and AIDS and COVID. And he's like, and they just unplugged him. And right then you walk in. Shoot him right in the face. You should get like 5 minutes for that. I was thinking about that today. I was, because I'm going to see my dad next week. And my dad, let me tell you something, okay? My father is not in a hospice. My dad is in a facility being kept alive. For whose benefit? I don't get it. It's just and they just put food in and just, come on, keep going. Like, what does he have, a secret he hasn't told yet? Look, my mom just died. She just died. That's how it works. By the way, for you young people, here's how life goes. One of your parents is gonna die, and the other one is just never gonna fucking die. They just will never fucking die. Ever. And guess what? It's not the one you wanted. Nope. It's not the one you wish to have kept. It's not your good parent. Nobody's got two good parents. You have a nice one and a shitty one. And the nice one just dies, because that's what nice people do. I'll just die. I don't want to bother everybody. And the shitty one just hangs in there.
Yeah, I'm still here. Another day of this.
Why? What the fuck for the long life? You can live too long, I think. You can live too long. Some people are 100. Get the fuck out of here. Nobody knows you. What, are you gonna run into somebody? Hey! Some people are even older. Some people are, you ever read about the oldest person in the world? There's always an oldest person. And sometimes you read about them because the other one just died. That's when they tell you that there's a new oldest person. Last one I read about was 114. 114, he's a teenager after 100. You know what that means? That means he's got a kid who's like 92. Who's like, please fucking die. I'm just hanging around so I can have 1 week without you in it. I mean, here's the bad news. You're gonna die. But here's the good news. When you get closer, you're gonna want to fucking die. It doesn't keep being good. You don't get to keep your life the way it is. Like, I'm 55. Both hands hurt. Both hands. Both my hips hurt. I'm lucky I have only one asshole. The whole fucking body hurts. When you're like in your 30s, you don't even think about it. You're like, because here's like, there's the beginning of your life, and there's the end. So like, you start like in your like you're by your 30s, you just shuffle. You don't even aware of this movement. You're just shuffling along. Hey, this life is good. It's pretty cool. And then somewhere you're kind of aware that way down there, people are falling off the edge. Oh, I don't know. It's weird. And then you're not thinking. Then all of a sudden you're close, and you're oh fuck, I knew that guy. Oh my god. Holy shit. But there are signs that your time is coming to an end, you know? Like they don't make my shampoo anymore. They don't make it. It's like, why'd you stop? Like, you're the only one. Nobody fucking cares about you. And so I thought, I'm gonna make my own. I'm gonna make my own shampoo. I'm gonna look it up online. I'm gonna look at the ingredients. I'm gonna make my own. And I found myself at a dinner telling a table full of people. So I decided to make my own shampoo. That's one of those moments where you tell yourself, just don't tell folks anything. You don't need to say it out loud. Just do what you're doing, die as soon as possible. Do I have a huge stain? Yeah, that's all right. It's all right, so what? Okay. No, who's running? Oh, okay. I thought they were coming to bring me something. There's nothing you can do. You'd have to change my whole lifestyle for the rest of the show. It doesn't matter. I'm fat. I'm a fat guy. I'm fat. My pronouns are that fat fuck and... But here's the thing, I have body dysmorphia. I think I look good. I like this. I'm fine with it. I decided to stop exercising. That's what I decided this year. I'm not doing it anymore. I made it to 55. If I stop exercising now, it just means I might make 75 instead of 78. It's not that big a fucking deal. I'm just not gonna do it. You know who inspired me? Was Trump. It's the one thing he said that I liked. I don't know if you ever heard this, but Trump believes, he just believes, nobody told him this, but he believes that you should move as little as possible. Because you have a finite amount of movements and then you stop. He believes that. He just went, yeah, that sounds right, and he just thought it up. And he's proving it to be true. I mean, it's fucking working. I don't like the new exercise either. I don't like the Peloton, you know. It's a bike you ride and there's a video that encourages you. And they have that mirror that you stand there and it teaches you exercises. Then they have that gun you put in your mouth and you fucking... No, you shouldn't kill yourself. That's why I think you should not kill yourself. That's my opinion. I don't know you. Ask somebody that knows you. But my general feeling is you shouldn't kill yourself. You know why? Because you're going to die anyway. You're going to die. What are you getting violent for? It's going to happen. I wish I was dead. You will be. Just sit there. You don't have to do anything. It really is the most effective argument against suicide, is that you're going to die either way. It also happens to be the best argument for suicide, which is awkward. Go ahead, you're going to die if you don't. Anyway, a friend of mine sent me a porn the other day. Folks can just send you pornography now. It was a porn, it was two old men. Like really old guys, really old. And they were sucking each other's cocks. Like really sucking each other's cocks. They were so old, I was surprised they were doing anything. But there they were, one of them is like sitting on the edge of a bed and his socks have fallen, you know. And the other guy's on his knees on a pillow and he's just fucking blowing the guy. Then they switched places. I watched long enough to see them switch places. And when the second guy was done, I called my friend and said, why'd you send me this? He said, because it's amazing. And it really was, you know? It really was. I've watched it a few times. Because it doesn't turn me on, it's inspiring. Because you're like, go fellas. Because you worry about old guys. You know, you see an old man walking by himself with just a grapefruit in a plastic bag, you know? And you're like, oh shit, that's horrible. Maybe he's going to suck another guy's cock. Life might be better than you think. It's interesting because porn used to be like you go find your thing, you know? But now you go to a porn site, it's everybody's stuff. You can put in a search word to narrow it down, or you can look around. Find new things. I saw a fart porn one time. So fart porn. I never thought I'd be turned on by farts. I'm not interested in farts. Farts are okay. I'm farting right now. I've been farting this whole time. And I didn't want to watch it because it was a fart porn. It was because of the title. The title is what got me. The title was, Nice Girl Farts in Your Face. Who's not going to watch that? Nice girl farts in your face. So I click on it. And there's this girl standing there. I'm like, she is nice. She's totally nice. Just a nice girl standing there. Pink sweater with little blue buttons on it. And she's looking in the camera and she says, hi, I'm so glad to see you. I was like, wow, she made me feel good, you know? And then she turns around like she's reaching, she goes, I gotta show you something I bought. And she's reaching up and all of a sudden, and I was like, oh my God. I mean, it was in the title, I knew it was gonna happen, but I was like, oh my God. She just farted right in my face. She seemed so nice. But the best part is when her reaction, because I thought she would be like, that's right, I farted in your face. But she wasn't, she was like, oh my God. my God, I'm so sorry. I can't believe that happened. I've never been that hard in my entire life. I was so excited. Because I realized it's not really about the fart. It's about the shame. It's about the sexy shame of a truly nice girl who just thunder farted right in your face, and she regrets it. Here's the worst part. I can't find one that good again. I can't. They're never that good. I've been chasing the dragon on this fart porn for months. It's just always some bored chick. Hello. Like, come on. Tighten it up, would you? A little bit? I have been dating recently. Dating's not fun. Dating's horrible. Nobody wants to date. Even if you meet somebody and you really want to go out with them and they say yes, you're excited in that moment. But the day of the date, you're like, I don't want to fucking do this. I don't want to do this. Every time I'm ringing a doorbell to pick a woman up, I'm like, I hope she's dead in there. I really do. I hope something awful happened. I don't want to sit in a place and breathe unevenly for 3 hours and just sweating where your body is folded and just, You ever have a date that goes well? It's like good from the beginning. You're like, you get a little laugh at the beginning. Hi, ha, ha, something funny, and they both laugh. Feels good. You agree on stuff. When you don't agree, you laugh about it. You're even able to be quiet a little bit while you're eating, and it's nice, feels comfortable. And then you drop them off, and you're like, I hope I see you again. And she says, I hope so too. And you feel like, this is something new in my life. This is wonderful. Then you go home, and your wife is like, where were you all night? You know, and you're just fucking... But I'm older now. I'm divorced, and I still date mostly women who are younger than me recently, because that's who looks better. No, it's true. But I don't like I've always been with women my age or older. I was married to a woman a year older than me for 10 years, and that's always been the way there's some guys that have to be with a younger woman. There's cultures that believe the man should be much older. Like, there's religions that have like a formula. You know, like take the man's age and subtract 10, and then whatever else you have to do to get to 12, just solve for 12. But I didn't suddenly get interested in younger women. What happened was I got older and they got interested in me, because younger women like older guys. They just do this. The other part, nobody says. I don't do anything to get younger women. I just stand there like this. And they see me and they're like, that would be so weird to fuck that old guy. And then we get blamed. The older guy always gets blamed. You see an older man with a young woman, everybody's like, that guy's a pervert. No, she's a pervert. He's normal. He likes pretty women. She likes that. What the fuck is wrong with her? And they're weird. I was having sex with this woman, and she was about 35, and we're in bed. She starts calling me daddy. I was like, please don't, young lady. Please don't do that. She said, why does it make you uncomfortable when I call you daddy during sex? Is it because you have daughters? I said, no. It makes me uncomfortable because I have a father. And I used to call him daddy when he fucked me. By the way, thanks for laughing at me because I got fucked by my dad. I was not laughing at the time because I was coming because he fucked me good. My daddy fucked me so good. It's not his fault. I made him do it. I was such a brat. I was 10. I was like, Daddy, fuck me! Poor guy. He's like, I know I'm spoiling this child, but I can't say no. Thank you very much for coming. I hope that you enjoyed the show. Thank you for coming. Get home safe. Thank you. Good night.
Hello. All right. Thank you. All right, faggot, how you doing? Sorry. I called him a faggot. I miss that word, you know. I grew up saying that word, and it never meant gay. When I was a kid, I didn't know what gay was. No, I hadn't been told that people do that. I had no fucking idea. Faggot didn't mean gay. When I was a kid, you call somebody faggot because they're being a faggot, you know? Someone's just being a faggot. Nah, shut up, faggot. And I'm supposed to use those for that. Shut up, faggot. Didn't mean, like, I would never call a gay guy a faggot unless he's being a faggot. But not because he's gay, you understand? Like, if I saw two guys blowing each other, and I don't know why I'm watching them do it, but if I just happen to... I stumbled upon a couple of fellas blowing one another on their respective penisia. It's a plural for penis that I invented today. Penisia. I would be respectful to them. I would, hello, gentlemen, whatever, But if one of them took the dick out of his mouth and started acting all faggy and saying annoying faggy things, people from Phoenix are Phoenicians or something like that. I'd be like, hey, shut up, faggot. Faggot! Quit being a faggot and suck that dick. That's what I would say to him. I don't know. I would never call somebody a mean name because they were sucking a dick. Because if you can suck a dick, man, that's awesome. I respect you because I can't do it. I mean, I haven't tried and failed. I just have put myself there in my mind and I couldn't do it because I'm afraid. That's the only reason. But that's why if you can suck a dick, I think there's a strength in being able to do that. I believe that. I don't believe that blowing somebody comes easily to anybody. Even if it's something that you generally do, every new dick must take something out of you. There must be something you gotta do to get yourself ready, Okay, here we go. I'm gonna suck you. Okay. Here we go! So, faggot. I don't know. A lot of words that they're not bad words. No words are bad, but some people start using them a lot to hurt other people, and then they become bad. They become hard to use. There's words that I love that I can't use because other people use them wrong to hurt other people. Like the word cunt is a beautiful word. To me, there's just beauty in that word. And I mean aesthetically. It's like chocolatey and round on the ends. I just like the way it sounds. And I don't use it as an insult. I'm alone in the laundry. I'm like, cunt, cunt. I just like saying it. I would never call a woman a cunt, except for my mom, because she likes it for some weird reason. But it's a very misused word. It's supposed to mean vagina, which I don't think works at all. Because vaginas are so sweet. They're little pretty things with little flower petally lips, and I hear a piccolo in my head every time I see a vagina. Even vagina's too harsh for. They should be called like a. There should be a butterfly fluttering around every vagina all the time. Just all the time. Little butterfly. And you go to the doctor, he's like, well, the butterfly looks good, so we're in good shape. Good color to the butterfly. How do you look at something that pretty and say, that's a cunt? That doesn't fit at all. Maybe if it was a giant vagina and it was attacking a town and throwing buses around and knocking over telephone poles. Then you could say, hey, somebody shoot that cunt with a bazooka. It's gonna step on the candy store. So, faggot, cunt. Everybody has different words that offend them, different things that they hear that they get offended by. To me, the thing that offends me the most is every time that I hear the N-word. Not nigger, by the way. I mean the N-word. Literally, whenever a white lady on CNN with nice hair says the N-word, that's just white people getting away with saying nigger. That's all that is. They found a way to say nigger. N-word. It's bullshit, because when you say the N-word, you put the word nigger in the listener's head. That's what saying a word is. You say the N-word and I go, oh, she means nigger. You're making me say it in my head. Why don't you fucking say it instead and take responsibility for the shitty words you want to say? Just say it. Don't hide behind the first letter like a faggot. Just say nigger, you stupid cunt. I don't know. I don't care. Somebody will kick my ass. I mean, all this shit goes on in my head. I don't really I thought the word nigger the other day. I'm going to tell you this story. And it wasn't racist. It wasn't a race even connotation. Let me tell you what happened. I went to a coffee place, and it was a cool indie coffee. I don't like Starbucks anymore, because you go there and they don't care anymore. They just press a button and some old lady's diarrhea comes out and they just give it to you. So I go to like a young people cool coffee place with like my band's playing notices on the walls, and it's called like the Howling whatever thing, and the dude behind the counter's got a tight t-shirt and a ponytail, and he's like, hey, what's up, man? And I was like, hey, can I get a cappuccino? And he's like, yeah, right on, totally. Like, he's amazed that he could help me. Like, oh, yeah, I got all this stuff right here. That's awesome. And so he starts making my coffee he worked so hard. He ground the beans just for that one cup and put them in the thing and tamped them with this old thing, and you click, clack, and click, and then he took the milk and he frothed it like for like an hour, and then he banged it on the counter. I don't know why, it was awesome, and he scooped it in and put a little cocoa on it, and he said, here you go, man. And I was just blown away, and for some reason, as I left there, the thought in my head was, that nigger made the shit out of my coffee. I don't know why. He wasn't black. That's just what was in my heart for some reason. Was that nigger made the shit out of my coffee. I don't know. I don't care. I'm all sweaty. I don't feel good. I ate too much and masturbated too recently. You know, that kind of... You know, it's bad to like jerk off and run out the door because... You run into somebody, oh, she knows, like you gotta take some time alone to get it, process the shame. And I can't stop it. Today, I weighed myself today. I don't know why. I'm not using the information. It's not guiding my behavior. Why am I bothering to find out exactly how much of a piece of shit I am? I weighed myself, and I usually hover around 230. 240 today, 240. I weigh 240 pounds, which is it's not okay. Because there's no way, like, you know when you go to a doctor, they give you like a formula for how much your weight, like a rule of thumb. I'm pretty sure it's not your age plus 200 pounds. That doesn't seem like... Like, I was watching a boxing match today, and both guys, they weighed 110 pounds each. So... both of those guys still need a fat baby and a dead dog to make me. And it's really bad because I'm 40 and my doctor's like, yeah, you got to be less people. You can't be so much. He just told me this is bad. And he starts asking me about my eating habits, you know? Like there's habits, like there's a pattern. It's just chaos and awfulness. It's just desperate He's like, how many meals and how many bowel movements a day? I'm like, I have no idea. I have no idea. It's just a blur. I'm just shitting and eating all day. I pack my body to capacity and then blow it out my asshole. That's it. Every shit is an emergency. Does that give you some idea of my eating habits? And he's trying to get a handle on he's like, dude, look, Well, how soon into a meal do you typically feel full and stop eating? I'm like, I don't stop eating when I'm full. The meal is not over when I'm full. The meal is over when I hate myself. That's when I stop. I guess normal people eat till they're like, oh, that's all the nutrition I require right there. I just reached it. I will cease the intake now and convert this into useful energy throughout the day. Now, every time I eat, it ends with me, why the fuck did I eat that? Dude, get it away. I don't want to look at that shit. That's all. It's all right here, too. It's like, I got syrup in my veins, like for blood. I got syrup. It's gonna be bad later. I can't take care of myself. And I'm always just uncomfortable, just sweaty, and just like this is such a bummer. Like, it's my nightmare. It's my whole life. Best thing that ever happened to me was boxer briefs. I'm so happy about boxer briefs. It doesn't seem like a big deal to most people, but before boxer briefs, I was trapped between the two awful worlds of briefs and boxers. Briefs are for normal man with one leg here and one leg here. Two totally separate legs with a whole area between. And the briefs go up into this little valley, this little area, and they come down like this, and they can just tuck up in there and just hold them nicely. Because he's got all that air and negative space. But this is just all just mashed together, just upsetting, stingy, red, sweaty, just like, this looks like a pig's ass when I'm naked. Like, even my dick is curly like the tail. Like, this is a pig's ass. And I pull briefs on and they just go, and they just grab my dick and balls. Like, here's your balls, you fat bastard. You like that? And they just dig up in there with this viciously sharp cotton and after a while I'd have just this wad of just damp cloth, just a wad of wet cotton, just like the size of a tennis ball, like a huge wad of wet cotton. And boxers were worse because they just let everything flap around and touch each other and upset each other. I need everything to be segregated down here. I need everything would stick and just get. And also, when I had boxers on, for some reason, I always had just water, like a quarter cup of water, just sloshing around my asshole all the time. Just, what is this water? It's hovering around my asshole. Defying gravity, just like an upside down glass of water in my ass. I gotta manage because I can't stop eating. I exercise a lot. I run 5 miles every other day to to maintain this shit body that I have. Because the food, man, I eat like high octane crap. Like the other day I got a Cinnabon. Do you know what a Cinnabon is? Let me explain Cinnabons to those of you with self-respect who just walk right by shit like that and have no idea what dudes like me are eating. Because the line at Cinnabon is not a varied group of people. It's not all kinds of folks trying out a Cinnabon. It's not like there's a skinny Chinese girl and then a little dude. It's just... And no one's happy on the Cinnabon line. No one's like, I love these, I can't wait. No one's excited to get one. It's all dudes like me or fatter standing like, oh, fuck, I'm getting a Cinnabon. Oh, shit. I gotta cancel all that shit I was gonna do, too, because this is gonna be... Here's what a Cinnabon is. Let me explain to you. It's a 6-foot-high... cinnamon swirl cake made for one sad fat man. Even if you have a vagina, you are a man if you're eating a Cinnabon. In that moment, you're a It's a sticky, hot bun, and it comes with a little tub of jizzy hot syrup. It's hot cum. There's no way that's not hot cum. How is that not hot cum? They should call it a fat faggot treat, just to make us say that when we, because we don't slow us down. We don't give a shit. Yeah, give me a fat faggot treat, please. Yeah, with a hot cum. Dude, I don't care. What do you think, I have integrity? I'm buying a Cinnabon right now. I'm buying a Cinnabon at the airport that I arrived at. You understand why that's extra disgusting, right? Because when you're leaving, if you're at your destination, you know, when you're at the airport, you're leaving, you can go like, oh, I gotta eat. I need food, and because I might be trapped in the sky forever, and I should eat right now. But this is, I've landed. The trip is over. I'm 20 minutes from my house where I got bananas and apples and shit. And I'm sitting on my luggage just fucking eating a Cinnabon with a fork and knife, just It was a shitty one too. It was old. The dude at the thing, he was about to take it in and close, and I was like, no, give me that now. And he didn't want to sell it to me. He's like, this is very old. Please don't buy it. Don't buy it. It's too old. I was like, dude, I'm eating that. That's what's going to happen next. You decide if we're going to be in the paper tomorrow, but that shit's going in my face. I already made the shitty decision. Don't ruin it. Just give me the jizz. Ooh, yes, thank you, Jim. Just drinking the jizz with my eyes closed. The Cinnabon jizz. Big fat faggot that I am. I'm a fat faggot. You are what you are, you know. I mean, I'm 40 now, and that's, you know, I mean, I'm 40. I'm half dead, basically. 40's a weird age. You get to this point where, like, you're not old enough for anybody to give a shit that you're old. Nobody's like, I helped a 40-year-old guy today, and it felt really good to do something for him. Nobody spends their holidays delivering hot meals to 40-year-olds. And you're not young enough for anybody to ever be proud of you or impressed. They're just like, yeah, do your job, asshole. Nobody cares. That's what you're supposed to do. And the world looks at you like when you're 40, if you go to the doctor, guess what? They don't try to fix anything anymore. They stop trying to fix shit. When you get to be 40, they just go, yeah, it starts to happen. They don't care. I went to the doctor because my ankle hurt, right? Now, if you're 20 and you have a bad shoulder, the doctor will reconstruct your shoulder through miracles of modern science. He'll take your ear and make a shoulder out of it. It's weird. But when you're 40, they just give you no options. They don't care. I went, because my ankle, like I was limping for like a month out of nowhere. And the doctor, he brings me in, he shows me an x-ray of my ankle. He's like, yeah, your ankle's just worn out. I was like, what do you mean, I injured my ankle? He's like, no, it's just shitty now. Just see that dark area? Ugh, it's all hardened. Yeah, they get like that. And they're not good anymore. I was like, well, so just goodbye? Nothing? Is there nothing? You're just nothing? There's no, it's like incurable shitty ankle. That's it. And he goes, well, there's things you can do. You can stretch. For a half hour a day, you should stretch your ankle. I was like, how long will that take to fix it? He's like, no, you just do that now. That's just a new thing you do until you and your shitty ankle both die. I was like, dude, this hurts a lot. And he goes, well, you can take a leave. Just take a leave. You can buy it, just take it. And you can take whatever amount. It doesn't matter. Like, don't pay attention to the dosage. Like, really? He's like, yeah, you could take 10 a day. You'd be fine. He said take 10 Aleve a day. I said, I heard, doesn't that stuff like hurt your intestines? He goes, oh yeah, it'll do some intestinal damage after a while. But you just gotta weigh that against how much you like your ankle not hurting. This is all totally true, by the way. This is exactly what happened. And at one point I was like, hey, what if I was like an athlete or something? He goes, you're not an athlete, so no to whatever else you were about to say. It's bleak. It's harder for old people. My grandmother's 95. She can't see out of her left eye. It just shut off. The last time we went to see her, she's like, I can't see out of my left eye. And we're all like, oh, hey, what was Christmas like in the 40s? Maybe run out the clock on the eye thing if we're lucky, you know? So I go to her doctor. He's right at the end of the hall. He's there always like 90 feet away from her. So I go to the doctor and I said, you know, she can't see out of her left eye at all. And I swear to God, he goes, well, she's probably got a bunch of tumors in her head. I swear to God. That's exactly what he said. I remember it because I was blown away by how none of his education he applied to this particular diagnosis. He said that she's probably got a bunch of tumors in her head. He's a doctor and he called it her head. He almost said fucking head. I swear to God, like that's what he was thinking. She's probably got a bunch of tumors in her fucking head. Oh, who gives a shit? That old cunt will be dead in a week. I ain't gonna get up from my desk because of her eye. What, does she need 2 eyes to see the shitty place you fucking put her because you don't love her enough? Anyway, I ain't there yet. I'm halfway there. 40-year-old guys are not good specimens either. We're not... Like, I have a friend who has a lot of young girlfriends. He always goes, and he goes a little too... They're too young. And it's not okay. You know, he brings them around and you're like, dude, don't. Like, literally point at her face and go, don't fuck her. That's awful. Because... And she's like, just bad, you know? But so he was going to have sex with her one night, and he said he wanted to go all night. Like, he wanted to really last a long time. So he said, I'm going to drink a lot of milk so I can have a lot of sex. He was like, who told you that mattered? And he goes, well, because you can come more if you drink milk. This guy actually thinks that, like, you run out of cum, but if you drink milk, your body goes like, oh, dude, that's perfect. Just send that right through. That's fine. Nobody will know the difference. Just go ahead and send it through. Run out of cum and a pinch milk is fine. It doesn't matter. Go ahead and send it right through. Spray it all over his cat's face, whatever he was doing. What? I'll cum on my cat's face. If she's watching, she's going to get a face full of cum. She knows that by now. She knows. It's her fault now. Come on my cat's face once, shame on me. I don't have a cat. I don't have a cat. I never had one. I mean, I would come on a cat's face. I'm not trying to take that back. I just don't happen to have a cat. I have a dog, and I had a dog when I was a teenager, and yeah, I did once. I made my dog lick cottage cheese off my balls, which is something you now can't unknow. You just know it. I did this. And I only hesitated to start the sentence only because I wasn't sure whether to say that I let my dog lick cottage cheese off my balls or that I made him lick cottage cheese. And really, considering how much dogs love cheese, I think I made him an offer he couldn't refuse. I think that's probably the fairest way to put it. I remember it so clearly. And I remember the look on the dog's face. He was like, oh, fuck, dude, what's wrong with you? Why are you doing this to us? Just put it on a plate. Why do I have to lick it off your goddamn balls? All right, come on, fine, let's do it. I'm doing it. I don't care. Look, you gotta live with this. I'll be dead in 2 years. I'm a dog. This is your problem. Sorry I'm being so negative. I'm a bummer. I don't know. I shouldn't be. I'm a very, lucky guy. I got a lot going for me. I'm healthy. I'm relatively young. I'm white, which thank God for that shit, boy. That is a huge leg up. Are you kidding me? Oh, God, I love being white. I really do. Seriously, if you're not white, you're missing out, because this shit is thoroughly good. But let me be clear, by the way. I'm not saying that white people are better. I'm saying that being white is clearly better. Who could even argue? If it was an option, I would re-up every year. Oh, yeah, I'll take white again. Absolutely. I've been enjoying that. I'm going to stick with white. Thank you. Here's how great it is to be white. I could get in a time machine and go to any time, and it would be fucking awesome when I get there. Exclusively a white privilege. Black people can't fuck with time machines. A black guy in a time machine is like, hey, anything before 1980? No, thank you. I don't want to go. But I can go to any time. The year 2? I don't even know what's happening then. But I know when I get there, welcome, we have a table right here for you, sir. Thank you. No, it's lovely here in the year 2. I can go to any time. In the past, I don't want to go to the future and find out what happens to white people, because we're going to pay hard for this shit. You got to know that. They're not going to just fall from number 1 to 2. They're going to hold us down and fuck us in the ass forever. And we totally deserve it. But for now, whee! Now, if you're white and you don't admit that it's great, you're an asshole. It is great. And I'm a man. How many advantages could one person have? I'm a white man. You can't even hurt my feelings. What can you really call a white man that really digs deep? Hey, cracker. Oh, ruined my day. Boy, shouldn't have called me a cracker. Bringing me back to owning land and people. What a drag. I am married, though. That takes me down a few pegs. The other night, my wife sent me to Walgreens to get toilet paper, because we were out of toilet paper, because I had thrown it all in the garbage so I could get out of the house. So I'm driving to Walgreens. It was nighttime, and I'm driving, and then I see a deer, and fucking hate deer. I hate them because they're everywhere up there. I used to live in the city, and I loved deer then because I was this liberal in the city, and I'd see deer, and you're driving with your friends out to the country, and you see a deer, and everybody's like, oh my God, turn around the car, don't scare the deer. It's just so beautiful. Look at the beautiful deer. Look how he looks around. It's just so mysterious and beautiful. God gave us a gift, everybody. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy the gift of the beautiful deer. But now I live, and deer are in my fucking yard every day, and they suck. They're just rats with hooves. They don't matter. They have ticks that give you Lyme disease, and they shit everywhere, and they make a noise. Did you know that? They go, oh, they're assholes. They're shit animals. I go out every morning and throw rocks at them, and I try really hard to hit them on the head with rocks. And they don't care. They're like, they don't care. I don't have a gun, but if I did, I would shoot a baby deer in the mouth and feel nothing. I wouldn't feel anything. I just go, oh, look, he's dead. That's interesting. I guess that's what happens when you shoot him in the fucking mouth. I go out of my way to kill a deer. I would happily blow 20 guys in an alley with bleedy dicks so I could get AIDS and then fuck a deer and kill it with my AIDS. I would do that in a second. I mean it. I mean it. So I see this deer, and this is how dumb these deer. I hit him with the headlights, and he does that whole thing, and then he won't just go. He's like, "Can I go? Is it okay if I go?" Like, and I'm like, "Fucking go! You're gonna go." He's like, "Go." Like, just go. And then I get close, and I try kind of getting away from him, and then I see him, and he looks at me, and he panics. I swear, and he ran and smashed his body into my fucking car. Like, just fucking destroyed my mirror, just shattered my mirror, broke his neck. I heard him break his own fucking neck, and then he just dragged his stupid deer head into the woods, and he died. And I'm glad he's dead. I was glad right away. I got out of my car, I did, and I yelled into the woods, "I'm glad you're dead, you fucking idiot!" I hope your dear wife finds you dead and dies of a broken heart. Hope your dear baby starved to death. You broke my mirror, you faggot, cunt, nigger deer. So I go to Walgreens. He just kept going. I got to buy drugs all the time because I got kids. Kids are like buckets of disease that live in your house. And you get sick from them all the time. I got sick. Last week I had a flu that I caught because my daughter coughed into my mouth. Just hit me right in the back of the throat. Like, thanks, honey. I'm sick right now. I can feel it already. She did this, by the way, because she's trying to tell me a secret. And she thinks you tell secrets into people's mouths. She takes her whole face. Which is inconsiderate, borderline retarded behavior, if you ask me. And by the way, she's 5 years old. What secret does she have that I really need to hear? Like, she's gonna tell me a secret and I'm gonna go, holy shit, are you serious? Oh my God. Honey, I won't tell anybody. That is fucked up though, seriously? She got an abortion on Christmas Eve? Oh my God. She's 5 years old. You know what that means? Nothing that she says matters. She's never said anything actually important in her entire life. I literally could have missed every word this fucking kid has ever said, and nothing would be different. Everything would have been exactly the same. I enjoy the things she says. They're beautiful and poetic. I love hearing them, but I don't have to fucking hear any of it. And that's an important distinction. If you're a parent, you just start making it. Because you can't listen to them all the time that they're talking. Because they're talking all the time. And they just talk whenever. They don't give a shit what you're doing or if it's a good time. I'm in a shootout with the cops, and she's telling me all kinds of shit. She doesn't care because she's 5. They're self-absorbed people. They have no ability. No 5-year-old ever goes like, no, go ahead and finish. I'll tell you after. It's fine. They just can't. And sometimes it's impossible. Like the other day, I was in New York City with my kids, and I got 2 of these fucking things. Remember that, please. 2 of them. And we're in the crowded streets. I got this one here, the 2-year-old. I'm carrying. She can walk, but she won't. She's a bullshitter, so I'm carrying her. And she weighs like 20 babies, this kid. She's tiny, but she's got the density of a dying sun. I don't understand how she's this heavy. It feels like a fat raccoon holding a bowling ball. That's what she feels like. And the pain in my shoulder is intense. And it's sending signals to my brain like, you don't love her, just drop her. She doesn't matter. Just let her die. So I'm fighting that on this side. I got the 5-year-old like this. I hope it's her. I haven't looked back in about an hour. I'm just dragging somebody tiny just through many strangers' thighs. Briefcase corners are hitting her in the temple. I don't give a shit. I'm in a hurry because my pocket's vibrating and my wife's calling to see where I am, even though she sent me to do this shit. And I'm yelling into my pocket like she can hear me. I'm fucking coming! Shut up! And this one is talking the whole time. The whole time with a tiny voice 2 feet off the ground. What am I going to listen to this shit? Really? What am I going to take a knee every 2 seconds? What's that, sweetie? Go ahead. What's that? Uh-huh. What? Excuse me, sir. Go ahead. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes dogs are brown. That's very true. It's a good thing I didn't miss any of that shit coming out of your stupid face. What kind of a father would I be if I pretended to listen to that? I remember the first time my daughter said a whole sentence. That was a big deal because she had never made a whole thought by herself. She just said the little words, and I was doing the dishes, and behind me I just hear her, she just goes, "Daddy, I don't like chicken." I dropped my plate. My wife and I cried and hugged. It was a big moment. A week later, I'm making dinner. She goes, "Daddy, I don't like chicken." Well, we're fucking having chicken. What are you talking about? I don't like chicken. I don't like you, okay? I don't like you. I don't like people that make me work and don't appreciate what I make for them. You don't like chicken? Make whatever the fuck you want then. Get out of your shitty little plastic chair and make your own dinner. Whatever it is you want so much. I don't like chicken. You'll like the chicken when I shove it up your ass, because that's where it's going if you don't eat it. Seriously. I will grind it up in the Cuisinart and then blow it up your ass with a straw. I gotta feed her. She's gotta eat. When your kid won't eat, you just go crazy because you have a physical need to feed them. It's an instinct. And when they're sitting there just looking at their food, you're like, just fucking eat it! You'll die, you idiot! Eat the food! I don't like it. It doesn't matter. Put it in your face. They have your footprint at the hospital. They know that I have you. I'm not allowed to let you die, you piece of shit. Eat it! You have a social security number. You're on the grid, motherfucker. Eat! If you're skinny, I go to jail. Do you understand? And I love my kids and I die for them, but my life fucking stinks. It just does. It's what it is when you're a parent. You know, it's all the pleasures are gone. Nobody fucks you ever again. That shit's just over. You can't sleep. You don't sleep. You don't eat. You don't eat meals. You just eat at the sink fast, standing up. Some macaroni and cheese that she didn't fucking eat. And that's your dinner now. With people yelling, "Hurry up! I'm just trying to get." You don't do anything fun. Your single friend's like, "Did you see that movie?" No, I didn't see the fucking movie. Okay. And you can't even enjoy being a parent because there's no pride in it because we suck at it. Everybody sucks. We make huge mistakes, and then you just go, "Whoops, permanent damage there. Move on, I guess." My 5-year-old has all these twitches and weird fears. I'm like, "Good luck with that shit, honey. That's all my handiwork." Sorry. And it gets harder, too. You think it's going to get easier. Like when they're babies, you think that's the hard part because you got to do everything. You got to feed them. You got to put their clothes on. You got to put them in a car. You got to do everything. But you think it's going to get easier because they're going to grow up and do all this shit for themselves. But they're not. They're going to grow up and be able to, but they fucking won't do it. So it's actually easier when they're babies because when you want them to eat, you just take food and just shove it in their face. You got to put on a shoe. You just take a foot and put a shoe on it. Just pull her arms through the sweater. Throw her in the car and keep the door closed. And then you get the parents live for the tiny vacations from their kids. The little tiny, like when you put your kids in the car and you close their door, and that little walk around to your own door. It's like a carnival cruise. It's just the greatest. And you just stand at your door like, "Okay, oh, that was bad. Fuck. Whoa, that shit was, what did I say? Fuck, that was bad. Okay, everybody. I was changing my daughter the other day, and she's too old for diapers now, but she's still in them, and it's bad because this kid does not poop. This kid craps. This is not okay anymore. I was changing her diaper the other day. It was like a 48-year-old alcoholic man's shit in her diaper. Like, she was out all night drinking Jaeger, and she went to Denny's and got a Grand Slam. Ate half of it, got in a fight in a parking lot, and passed out in a Pontiac and shit herself. And her friends drove her home with the windows open and dumped her on my lawn. And now I gotta clean it. And it's crazy. And you can't even react. You can't go like, what the fuck? That's disgusting. You'll fuck them up about their own shit. You gotta be nice. You open her diaper, it's just chaos in there. It's just bananas. It's just... every shit amazes me. I'm never used to it. Everyone, I'm like, okay, wow, what is that? You have been eating diarrhea for a week, I think. Because that's awful. But you can't. You gotta be like, you just go, oh, wow. You really got something there, honey? That's really something. That's really okay. Well, all right, let me scrape that off your knees for you. Just get it down off your back. Just get all this hazmat in one place. Wipe you down. Clean your tiny vagina at the end. Who knew that was going to be my life? I had no idea that my relationship to the vagina was going to be cleaning shit out of a tiny one several times a day. They don't tell you that. When you're getting ready to be a dad, nobody pulls you aside and says, you're going to have to clean the vagina a lot because every time she takes a shit, it goes straight up her twat. They don't tell you that. Nobody tells you. And they should. It's a big part of being a dad. It's bigger than Christmas. It happens every day. And you got to get it right, front to back. It's very important. I'm glad I got girls, though. Girls are great. I don't want to clean shit off of some kid's balls. I'm glad that's not my job. I don't. Boys feel weird about them. I have nephews. They come over and they play in the sprinkler naked with their little red dicks, and I just don't like their little penises bother me. I don't know. I just get this weird feeling like they're going to come over and fuck my nose or something with their little dick. I know it's an irrational fear, but it's very real to me. I'm going to fall asleep in a lawn chair and wake up. What? What are you doing? It's fucking my nose. She's like, fuck, get out of there. Control your kids, could you? They're fucking my nose while I'm sleeping. Boys are hard to raise, man. All my sisters have boys, and I just feel for them because it's really hard, and they really do. Here's the thing, though. Girls are just as hard to raise, but on a whole other level. They're different. Here's the difference to me between boys and girls. Boys fuck things up. Girls are fucked up. That's the difference. Boys just do damage to your house that you could measure in dollars like a hurricane. Girls leave scars in your psyche that you find later, like a genocide or an atrocity. Like my sister-in-law came over once with her little boy. He's 4 years old, and she comes over and she's been with him all day, so she's in bad shape. She's got a drink, and she's like, I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. And I put an army blanket around her, trying to calm her down. And then her little boy walks up to her. He's got a handful of sand. I don't know where he got it. There's no sand in my home. He's got a handful of it. Walks up to his mom and just throws it right in her drink. It's all she had. And he just ruined it. Really confident, too. Not like this. He was like, yeah, that's where that shit goes, right there. And I was blown away by this because I have girls, they would never dream of doing that. It wouldn't even enter their heads that a person could do that. But they're fucked up. Like my 5-year-old, the other day, one of her toys broke. And she demanded that I break her sister's toy to make it fair. And I did. That's how much shit she gave me. I broke the little toy, and I felt awful. I was like crying. And I look at her, she's got this creepy smile on her face. That's it. That's the difference between boys and girls. And it becomes the difference between men and women, really. Because a man will, like, steal your car, or burn your house down, or beat the shit out of you. But a woman will ruin your fucking life. Do you see the difference? Like, a man will cut your arm off and throw it in a river. But he'll leave you as a human being intact. He won't fuck with who you are. Women are non-violent, but they will shit inside of your heart. My wife and I, we've been married for about 9 years now, so we're almost done. And after 9 years and 2 kids, you start looking at each other like, no, I'm not gonna just keep doing this. Who would do that? We went to therapy for a while, and the therapist was like, one day he goes, you should go on a date. And I'm like, fuck you. I'm not going. I did go on a date with my wife, and I don't think I'm going to call her again. It wasn't really fun. Some things do get easier as you've been married for a while. You start to understand each other better, and you start looking at yourself more. You spend a lot of your marriage looking at the other person and trying to change them or figure them out. Then you start realizing what you're bringing to the table, and you blame them less for shit, you know? Like, my wife will never fuck me again. I know that now. But I just feel differently about it. I used to get mad. I used to be like, she hasn't fucked me in months. How could she do that to me? Now I look at myself, and I'm like, how did she fuck me for years? She fucked me for years. She couldn't possibly have enjoyed most of those fucks. Which means she took about 500 for the team. You gotta respect that shit. Because I think it's hard for women to have sex if they don't feel like it. It's not a skill they have generally. Men have it, that's just different. We have different sexual skills. Men can fuck whatever, we don't care. We'll fuck you if we don't like you, everybody knows that. But we'll fuck you even if we don't feel like fucking you. Even if we're not hard. Like, I'll fuck you, give me a second, I'll find a way. We don't care. We'll fuck things. We'll fuck a rusty keyhole nailed to a donkey's ass. We don't give a shit. We are jizz on demand. We just have we don't care. Women have another skill, which is that they can decide whether or not to have sex with their minds, which is amazing to me. A woman can decide not to fuck in the middle of fucking. That is so weird to me that they can just stop because of some other shit that distracted them. If I'm fucking you, you could show me a picture of you cutting my mom's head off. And I'll be like, whoa. As soon as I come, we're going to have a talk about that picture. That's really... Because I need to come. I need to. Coming is a need. I came the first time when I was 12, and I haven't skipped a day. I come every day. And I've fucked maybe 20 times in my life, so it's just been me doing most of the work. And I really, I jerk off way too much, and it upsets me. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's so selfish. I don't know what it is, but I know it's bad. I know I'm hurting somebody somewhere. There's something wrong with it. Like, I was thinking the other day that you can figure out how bad a person you are by how soon after September 11th you masturbated, like how long you waited. And for me, it was between the two buildings going down. So I have a feeling that... I had to do it. I had to. Otherwise, they win. That's the way I was looking at it at the time. It was a strange time for all of us. And I know you all waited a whole week because you're awesome, but I just couldn't do it. A boner's a boner. It's got to go. Something's got to happen. Boners just, they ruin everything. And I really hate boners. I hate every one I've ever had. I remember the first time I was 9. That's the worst thing about a little boy's life, is that you start getting boners when you're 9, and you don't come for 3 fucking years. It's 3 years of just vicious little boners. They don't go away. You just pass out moaning in a ditch somewhere, and you wake up, you're still hard. It's awful. If you ever see a 9-year-old boy on the street, just give him $20, because he's very unhappy. Or suck his dick, however you feel like you can help him out. I remember that, man. I remember being 9 and just being hard and not knowing why or what to do. I just would rub my dick against stuff. That's all I did. Everything. If I was sitting in front of a car, I would just press it against the car. Like, oh... It's warm from the sun. It's good. I used to run home from school after school so I could fuck my whole house, basically. I would just fuck the house. I'd fuck the walls and the floor. If you have a 9-year-old at home, he's fucking your house right now. Because that's what we do. I just fuck it. We had a corduroy couch. That couch was my bitch. I fucked it all day. Just humping with no results. Just frustrated. I used to do weird things with my dick, too. Like, I'd close it in the refrigerator door. I don't know why. I just liked the pressure. I liked that one side was metal and the other was that accordion, like rubber with a magnet in it. The cold air on my balls. It's good. It's good. I don't know why. It's good. I don't know how I ever got laid, really, because I was awful at it. I still am. I never understood, like, there's guys that just have this confidence and they can, like, go out with a girl, know when to lean in and kiss her and shit. I couldn't, I would just go, can I ever fuck you? Like, I just blurted out. I remember one night I was with a girl, I was like 20 years old, I was already doing stand-up, and I did a show in Washington, D.C., and after the show, one of the waitresses came back to my hotel. She was really cute, and we're making out in my hotel, and she's into it. She's, like, humping me. So I start putting my hand up her shirt, and she stops me. I'm like, okay. So then we're making out more, and I start putting my hand on her ass, and she stops me. So after a while, she went home. Nothing happened. And then the next night I saw her at the club, and she goes, hey, what happened last night? I was like, what? And she goes, how come we didn't have sex? I was like, because you didn't want to. She's like, yes, I did. I was really into it. I was like, why did you keep stopping me? And she goes, because I wanted you to just go for it. I was like, what does that mean? She says, I'm kind of weird. I get turned on when a guy just gets frustrated and just holds me down and fucks me. Like, that's a big turn on for me. I was like, well, you should have told me. I would have happily done that for you. And she says, no, it has to feel real and dangerous. I'm like, what, are you out of your fucking mind? You think I'm just going to rape you on the off chance that hopefully you're into that shit? I'm an idiot. I'm getting kind of a rapey vibe from this girl. I don't know. I suspect she might enjoy being raped. Maybe that's her thing. I don't want to ask first and ruin it, so just take a shot and rape her. What the hell? What's the worst that could happen after all? Jesus. But anyway, that's all history. Sex for me, it's gone. It's just me and my wife, and it's sad because my wife is beautiful. I love to look at her and I feel for her. She's gorgeous. She really is. She just turned 40 and she looks awesome. And it's not because she looks younger than 40. She looks 40 on the nose. But I like that. I didn't know I would, but I find it really sexy. I like that. I like women. It's a huge turn on. She's got gray streaks in her hair, and I find that sexy. I really do. She's got strong arms from picking up the kids. She's strong and sexy on a whole other level, you know? She's changing. She smells different. She used to have blue eyes. They're black now. She's like intense, kind of crazy looking, you know? And all these lines in her face from all the shit I did to her, you know? She's got character. She looks like one of those pictures from the Depression of the Dust Bowl farmers, you know? She's intense. I like it. It turns me on. That's what I like now. I like women, you know? Girls, I'm done. Long time ago. 22-year-old girls God bless you. Go do a shot. Whatever the fuck you do with your time. Woo! That's not me anymore. I like women. And I know that that's offensive to 22-year-old girls. They're like, I don't women, I'm 22, I'm totally a woman. I study women's issues and I'm a woman. Not to me, sorry. To me, you're not a woman until you had a couple of kids and your life is in the toilet. That's really... when you become a woman is when people come out of your vagina and step on your dreams. You're still standing after that shit. You are a woman. If you're still going to clubs and you have a ponytail and a little dress, you're standing outside of a club waiting to get in, it's 2 degrees, you got no jacket, a little dress, it's going to be great in there. You're a girl. I want to give you a sweater and a ride home. I don't want to fuck you, I'll jerk off to you, but I don't want to fuck you and get involved with a girl. I do want to fuck you, but you won't fuck me, so fuck you anyway. But... I'll totally fuck you. But... there's just a difference between girls and women, and it's not about age. Like, there's a reason why they call it Girls Gone Wild. You notice there's no Women Gone Wild. Because no one would fucking buy the Wild Women DVD. Because when girls go wild, they show their tits to people. When women go wild, they kill men and drown their kids in a tub. That's what wild women do. They don't show their tits to nobody. They fuck with their bras on. It's a whole other thing. Try taking your 4-year-old wife's picture when she comes out of the shower. Fuck you! Get the fuck out of here! It's not funny. You thought it would be cute? Like, no, she's like, fuck off! Sorry. Because she doesn't have tits anymore. She has breasts that need to be checked and maintained. I get bills for my wife's breasts. That's some grown-up woman shit right there. Girls have the titties with the little perky nipples, and that's awesome. But you're not a woman until you got long, chewed-up nipples. And you're not a man until you suck one of those fucking things either, by the way. Thank you very much, folks. I hope you had a good time. Thank you. Good night.
But anyway, now I live in a nice building, and I'm not used to it because it's nice. There's like a pretty courtyard with flowers and a fountain with little marble boys pissing. I don't know. What is it with fountains? Like, all fountain sculptors are pedophiles, basically. You can't get a fountain made without... Can you make me a fountain? Yes, I'll get started right away. Oh, yes! Yes! It's finished! And it's just little boys pissing on the face of a Greek god that looks like him a lot. It's piss on me forever! Anyway, there's one of those in the courtyard of my building. And my first week in the building about a year ago, I went down to the courtyard for the first time. And I didn't look too good, you know? It was a Sunday morning. That's my least presentable hour. There's a lot of, just stains, just like, food and me and whatever. And so I'm sitting there. So, shut up. Oh. Anyway, so there I was. I'm sitting on the stone bench of this courtyard and feeling a little out of place. There's these fancy doormen and stuff. And then there's this guy looking at me. I notice he's looking at me from across the courtyard. And he's all spiffy looking. He's got brown shoes and he's looking at me like, I could tell he was thinking I don't live in the building. He thinks I just wandered in off the street and sat in a courtyard. I could tell he's thinking of coming over and dealing with me on his own. And I'm sitting there thinking like, oh, please do that. Yes, please, come on. And I'm trying to look even more gross. And I'm like pulling up my shirt. And then I see him go, oh no, that's not gonna do at all. And he comes over to me, and I'm like, I'm so excited to have this thing. The confrontation where I'm not wrong at all. And he thinks I am. So he comes over, says, excuse me, do you live in this building? And I said, no. Because why not start there? I said, no. He goes, well, then what are you doing here? And I said, I just need your rest. I'm having a hard time. He says, this is private property. And I said, well, I don't really believe in that. You know, just the worst things I could say from his point of view is basically all the things I was saying. And he goes, well, if you don't leave, I'm going to talk to the doorman. I was like, can I just stay like 5 more hours? So he's, no, and he goes over to the doorman. And I see him talking about me to the doorman like this. And then I see the doorman going, oh, no, that guy lives here. That's okay. And the look on his face, it was just so, it was this beautiful cocktail of anger and confusion. It's like I had invented a new way to hurt somebody's feelings. That's how excited I was. He was so angry, he came back. He came back to me. He said, why didn't you tell me that you live here? And I said, because I don't have to tell you anything ever. There are no words that I must say to you. Also, I didn't want to ruin your thing. That's your favorite thing you were doing. You love that! Making people not be places. Also, I make more than you. I just don't give a shit about myself.
You can't answer a kid's question. They don't accept any answer. A kid never goes, oh, thanks, I get it. They fucking never say that. They just keep coming. More questions. Why? Till you don't even know who the fuck you are anymore at the end of the conversation. It's an insane deconstruction. It's amazing. This is my daughter the other day. She's like, Papa, why can't we go outside? Well, because it's raining. Why? Well, water's coming out of the sky. Why? Because it was in a cloud. Why? Well, clouds form when there's vapor. Why? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know any more things. Those are all the things I know. Why? Because I'm stupid, okay? I'm stupid. Why? Well, because I didn't pay attention in school, okay? I went to school, but I didn't listen in class. Why? Because I was high all the time. I smoked too much pot. Why? Because my parents gave me no guidance. They didn't give a shit. Why? Because they fucked in a car and had me, and they resented me for taking their youth. Why? Because they had bad morals. They just had no compass. Why? Because they had shitty parents. It just keeps going like that. Why? Because fuck it, we're alone in the universe. Nobody gives a shit about us. I'm going to stop here to be polite to you for a second. But this goes on for hours and hours, and it gets so weird and abstract at the end. It's like, why? Well, because some things are and some things are not. Why? Well, because things that are not can't be. Why? Because then nothing wouldn't be. You can't have fucking nothing isn't. Everything is. Why? Because if nothing wasn't, there'd be fucking all kinds of shit that we don't like, giant ants with top hats dancing around. There's no room for all that shit. Why? I'll fuck you. Eat your french fries, you little shit. God damn it. All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks, you guys. That's very nice. Thank you. How you doing? All right? Good. Good. This is good. You're out. Being out is good. It is. I don't go out anymore. I have a baby now, so I don't go out. Some of you have babies, but you don't love them, so you're here. That's cool. No, I mostly just go out with my daughter. I went to the park with her the other day. I was at this park in New York City Park, and they have these no drinking signs at the park. But it doesn't say no drinking. It has a picture of like a martini glass with a line through it. Are those really the people causing the problems with the drinking in the parks? Are they reaching their target audience with a martini glass, really? Shouldn't it be like a bottle in a bag with a line through it? You see people at this park at 4 a.m, hey, motherfucker! I try to go to movies, but movies are all shit now. They are. They're all shit. Like they just have this machine that just makes shit. I try to see. I rented a movie. I rented the Jesus movie where they beat the shit out of Jesus for a couple hours. Wow, they kicked his ass. What happened? What, did he key somebody's Camaro? What did the guy do? Look, I didn't like the Jesus movie. I thought it was a shitty movie. And people get offended when you tell them that, like you're saying something wrong. It's like, I thought the Jesus movie sucked. And they're like, hey, man. Like, what? He's not in it. Who gives a shit? Like Jesus cares about Mel Gibson's movie, you know? Look, I was raised Catholic, so I know he did that for me, and I appreciate it, you know, thank you. He should have asked first, you know, I would have said, I'm all set, I don't need that done, because a little presumptuous. Only because, look, here's the thing, I was raised Catholic, and I'm not anymore, because look, if they're right, I am fucked, I'm going to hell, I am. Because I'm really I do wrong shit, a lot. Man, I'm going to hell, I know it, and I don't want to go to hell, and really because I don't like new places. That's really the reason, because I'm afraid I'll go to hell, I won't know where to sign up for shit, I'll be all confused, like the first day of school, you know? I wonder, is there like a schedule to hell? How organized is your damnation? Like, the first they put you in one room and some monster fucks you up the ass for 1,000 years. You come out, you're like, well, I ain't fucking around in there, I tell you. I don't recommend that room. That was a drag. Then they take you and they put you in another room and they shit on your head. I don't know what the fuck they're doing out there, but what if hell's not like that? What if I'm just standing in a hallway in hell like, what do I do? Where do I go? Some demon walks up to me, hey, and I'm like, ah, demon. And the demon's like, come on, suck my dick. Ah! Now I'm blowing a demon in hell, and it's horrible. And I'm thinking I shouldn't have lied so much or whatever. But here's my question. What if when I'm done blowing the demon in the hallway? Which, how do you know when you're done blowing a demon in the hallway? I guess when he comes fire ants on you, whatever. When I'm done blowing the demon in the hallway, what if some guy in charge of hell walks up to me and goes, hey man, you didn't have to blow that guy, you know? He just hangs out here. He's not part of your damnation or anything. What did you blow him for? I just assume you're supposed to blow people. He said, suck my dick, so so say no. What's so hard about that? Jesus. Look, man, you better pace yourself. You're down here forever. You're gonna blow a lot of demons and elephants, all kinds of shit. Don't be freelancing in the hallways, for Christ's sakes. And also, you gotta die to go to hell, and I don't want to die. I like my life. I'm very happy. I'm married, and I love my wife. I love her very much. My wife hates me. She fucking hates me. She hates me so much. Like, that's what she does. Like, if you asked her, what'd you do today? I fucking hate that guy. That's what I did today. I hate Louis. She's so mad at me all the time. Here's the latest thing. The other day, she got really mad. She said to me, you know what you did? You filled the dishwasher with dishes, you put the soap in, and you didn't turn it on. And I'm like, oh, shit. What are we gonna do now? But here's the part where she blows my mind. This is amazing when she gets to this level. She says, well, why didn't you turn it on? Like I have a reason for not turning it on. And I'm like, can't I just be stupid? Can't it just be that I'm a fucking idiot? That I filled the dishwasher and then I went, boo, and I walked away? I can live with that. I'm cool with that. But she says, no, why'd you do it? Which means I decided not to do it. Do you know how much more of an asshole that makes me? That means I filled the dishwasher and then I went, you know what? Fuck her, I ain't turning it on. She can suck my dick if she thinks I'm pressing that on button. I'll fill it, but I don't fucking press on, not in my own house. Why would I do that? That would be crazy. The thing that she's usually mad about is simple. She says that I don't listen to her when she's talking. And I don't. But it's not because I don't love her, blah, blah, blah. It's because I try to listen. I really do. When she talks, I just stare at her face. I'm like, come on, bring the story. But somehow I'm like, what the I can't do it. I try. Because every story gets divided into 50 stories that all branch out into these crazy, and I'm like, holy shit. I've got ADD, I can't do it. I'm like, fucking please. But I try, every time I try, because I love this retarded woman, so I try really hard to listen to her stories. Other people don't even try. We go to parties, she starts talking, people just walk away like, fuck this, that lady's crazy. Who would waste time listening to that crap? Me! She can't help it. I really feel bad for her, because the thing is that every word of the story gets her so excited that she wants to fucking run with it, and she can't fucking just break through and get to the end, or even the beginning. This is my wife telling a story. She's like, guess what happened to my mom today? You remember I told you my mom how when she was in college, not when she went to Michigan, when she transferred, remember because that guy got weird and she had to leave because he was, not the Iranian guy, that was a different story. That guy, I think he was Persian. I heard that Persia actually split. What the fuck are you talking about? Jesus Christ! Pick a thing! Have some consideration for the fucking listener. I don't do that. Here's me telling a story. I bought a tomato and I ate it and it was good. That's a story anyone can follow. It's about a tomato the whole time. I like being married though, I do. I really like it. I seriously do. We were having sex, my wife and I, a couple of weeks ago, which is amazing that we did that because we never have sex. Never. Because we have a baby and our baby's a fucking asshole and won't let us have sex. Oh, fuck, that kid's a jerk, man. Seriously. Every time she's got some urgent shit in her room. Papa, come in here. I'm in now. Okay, I go in there. What's up? I need a pair of pants to put on my pony. Wow, holy shit. I'm trying to fuck your mom in there. Would you give me a break? Can a guy fuck your mom for a minute? There is no sex, man. I had no idea that marriage just means no sex. No, none, fucking none. I have friends that are thinking of getting married and they say funny shit like, hey, you know, I don't know if I could do it because I don't know if I could have sex with one woman for the rest of my life. I'm like, don't worry about that shit. You're gonna have sex with 0 women for the rest of your life. That's a lot less than one woman. Who the fuck do you think you are? Where'd you get that fantasy? I'd love to have sex with one woman for the rest of my life. Any one woman. Big, fat, dead lady with a beard, I'd fuck her every day. I'd be proud to have her. That's not usually my problem. These days, my problem is very simple. It's trying to find a place in my house where I can masturbate without somebody bothering me. And that's getting really difficult. There's nowhere to go anymore. She's got her mother staying with us, too, in the guest room, and I'm on the streets now. I got nowhere to go. Like, now I know when I see a guy in the West Side Highway jerking off in plain daylight, that's not a homeless guy, that's a married man right there. He's got nowhere to go. Fuck it. Fuck you. Go ahead and look, man. I got nothing. What else am I going to do? It's not fair, man. I'm 37 and I own my home. I should be able to just stand in the living room. How you doing, honey? Good morning. But I can't. I gotta hide. I'm down in the cellar by the boiler like a troll down there. Just fucking miserable shit. That's what it's like. Masturbation doesn't bring much joy to guys. Women seem to like masturbating. They put flower petals on the pillow. They're like, oh, me, or whatever, you know. The guys are like, ah, shit, no, fucking hell. God damn it. Sometimes you find ecstasy, but it's followed by the deepest self-hate and depression you've ever felt. It's an amazing drop from way up here to this, like, oh, yeah, oh, what the fuck is wrong with me? God damn it. I gotta get to work. I don't have time for this shit right now. But then you get married, now you gotta hide. And you have to. You have to hide. Because when your wife catches you masturbating, that's sad for the whole family. That's not a good moment in a marriage. She comes in the cellar. Oh my God. And then she always wants to know shit about it. She always asks me stuff. My wife's like, well, do you think about me when you're doing that? What are you, fucking high? Why would I do that? What? I can think about anybody. That's magical. Why the fuck would I'm married to you. What do women really think their husbands are going, oh, my wife. Oh, yeah, that's fucking hot. Oh, yeah. Picking her up at the airport and getting yelled at. Oh, that's fucking hot. Yeah. Put it in the hamper, not on top, you idiot. Oh, I love when she talks like that. Yeah. But, whatever. We're a family. We have a kid. That changes everything. That's the whole thing. The kid is everything. Marriage is nothing. Without a kid, marriage is dating. It doesn't mean shit. And you don't realize it until you have a kid. Here's what happens. When you get married, you go, holy shit, I can't leave now. I mean, I wasn't thinking of leaving, but now I really can't leave. Then you have a kid and you go, holy shit, I could have left. Totally could have left. Fucking door was right there. Now I can't go. Got a kid now. I love my daughter. It's a lot of responsibility that you never think about, though. Like, you got to name your kid. That's a big deal right there. And you know what's amazing to me? You can name your kid anything you want. Isn't that incredible? There are no laws. There should be a couple of laws. None. You can literally name your kid anything. You can name your kid a name with no vowels if you want, like Singleton. Just 40 F's, that's his name. Go clean your room. Some people name their kids a word like sunshine or battery or whatever. I'd like to name my kid a whole phrase, something like ladies and gentlemen. That would be a cool name for a kid. This is my son, ladies and gentlemen. Then when he gets out of hand, I get to go, ladies and gentlemen, please! But you got to be careful what you name your kid. You do have to be careful because what happens is other kids in school are going to make fun of them. They're going to make fun of their name. And you don't have to give them a weird name because they can do it with any name. Kids are geniuses at that. Any name, they take it, they go Louie Screwy, Joey Blowy, Mike, your mother's a dyke, whatever. They find a way, these kids. Any name, what's your name? Eric, you fucking asshole. See, just like that. Lightning speed these kids got. What's your name? Joe, eat a bag of shit, cunt face. You see, just like that. He got that all through school and cried like a pussy. It's not gonna happen to my little girl. My daughter is really something else, man. She runs the house. She runs the whole house. She decides everything. Like we were playing hide and seek the other day. We play hide and seek, and we play by her rules that she invented. And do you know why? Because she sucks at hide and seek. And so she covers it with this fucking ruse to level the playing field. And I gotta fucking pretend it's all that she's great. No, it's bullshit. Like, we're playing... Oh, fucking... I know she's a kid, but fucking listen. When it's my turn to hide, she tells me where to hide. She tells me where. She goes, hide in the closet, Papa, but you're gonna know where I... Hide in the closet! All right, fuck, I'll hide in the closet. Good, fine. Now I'm standing in the closet like an asshole. She comes in, I found you. She's like shitty about it, like, I found you. And I'm like, wow. How did you figure out where you told me to fucking hide? And then when she hides, this is her hiding. She goes over to a wall and does this. She goes, that's it. There's nothing here. What the fuck is this? Like, this is some ninja invisibility crouch. And I gotta act like an idiot. I can't just walk in and go, yeah, you're there. Because she'll cry and shit her pants, right? So I gotta walk around like an asshole. Where is she? I have no idea. Where could she be? I'm making eye contact. I don't see her. It's amazing to me. The other day we're playing, this is how things have gotten in my house, okay? Here's a very good example of where it's gone. We're playing a version of hide and seek where my wife and I have to decide together where to look. She likes that. She's like, Mama, you tell Papa where to look. Okay, well, fine. So she's over there hiding like this, just in plain sight. And my wife and I, my wife's like, why don't you look under the bed? I'm like, okay. She's not there. And then she says, why don't you look in the linen closet? Okay, so I open the closet, she goes, that's not the linen closet. We don't put that in there anymore. All right, fucking Jesus, all right, I'll look at. So I look at it, why would she be in that closet? That has shelves. She can't stand in a shelf. Well, maybe she's crawled in a shelf. Now we're having a fight about where to look for this fucking kid who's standing right there. She totally runs the house. I remember Halloween last year, a couple days before Halloween, my wife comes up to me and she's like, we have to get you a cat costume. No, we don't, actually. No, we do, because she thinks you're going to be a cat. I don't know. It's like she's a guy with a gun in the other room. That's what it's like. She's like, just thinks you're going to be a cat. I don't know how she got it in her head, but she's expecting to be a cat on Halloween. I was like, well, tell her to go fuck herself, because I'm not doing it. I'm not afraid of her. She's 2. I'll fucking fight her. I could take her. I could beat the shit out of thousands of 2-year-olds all day, just walk around. They would never even gang up on me. They suck. I'm not afraid of her. So my wife decided that she wanted to get pregnant again. She decided it. And this is back in August. She told me, you need to be in town next week. Why? Because I'm getting, I'm ovulating. So, like, not do you want another kid, just be in town. That's how she handles it. I'm like, I don't want another kid, so fuck it. And she's like, all right. Next week, she starts blowing me, right? Now, she hasn't blown me in, Jesus, I don't know if I've ever been blown. That's how long it is. She's blowing me on the day she's ovulating. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm like, yeah, you love it. Like, I think she digs me now. Fucking stupid. So she's having another baby any day now. She's due, and it's true. She's fucking the whole thing. And I'm like, okay. No, it's great. Fuck it. That's really the attitude that keeps a family together. It's not we love each other. It's fuck it, man. Fuck it. Another kid. Fuck it. Why not? Let them all in. Good. Fuck it. But the problem is we have no fucking money. I don't know where she thinks the money's coming from. We're so broke. I'm so sick of being broke. I'm broke. I'm just always keep digging this hole. And most people are broke too. That's the thing. This country's just everybody's broke. That's why I don't like George Bush, but I didn't like Kerry either, because they're fucking both rich and they don't get it. They don't know what it's like to be poor. Like, poor people know what it's like to be rich. They know exactly what it's like because they fantasize about it constantly. Every poor person has their whole rich life all planned out. Every detail. I'm gonna have a house made of chocolate, and people are gonna blow me as I walk in each room. They're gonna be waiting. I'm gonna wipe my ass with live rabbits and throw them out the window. You got it all worked out. But rich people don't fantasize about being poor. Why the fuck would they do that? I'll have to take the bus everywhere. Yeah! I've always been poor my whole life. I fucking never had any money. And I don't care. I don't give a shit. But, you know, there's a lot of people that are poor now. Like, I was driving through upstate New York, and there's people up there, man, their lives are just shitty. Like, you ever drive through a whole town, and you're like, what, did a shit bomb go off in this place? What happened? Everybody's life sucks in the whole town. And you can tell because they're just standing in front of their houses like... just bleak. And a lot of people call those people white trash. And I love that expression, white trash, because it's the only racial expression that you can use, and nobody gets offended. Nobody gives a shit. When you say white trash, nobody goes, hey, don't talk like that about them. That's not nice. Nobody defends white trash. You could be talking to the most liberal hippie in the world. You go, hey, I saw this guy, he was white trash. He'll go, ha ha, fuck that guy. White trash loser. No, I don't know. I just want to be a good dad, raise my daughter, and it's a complicated country. People get angry. Everybody hates gay people. Now, I never understood anger towards gay people because a person being gay doesn't affect your life. So it's weird to me that people just like, they're in their homes going, oh, people are gay. Damn it. What do you care? I can understand hating gay people if, say, like, you're mowing your lawn and two guys are blowing each other right on the grass. And you're like, oh, I gotta cut around you faggots every Sunday. I'm sick of this shit. Or say you're eating your breakfast in the morning and you're about to put your spoon in the cereal bowl and two guys touch dicks right in front of you. Hey, come on! I gotta get to work. I don't have time to dodge your dicks with my spoon. Fucking homos, get out of my kitchen. I hope I'm a better parent than my parents were. My parents were not good parents. My parents, here's a typical example. My parents, this is a true story, I swear to God. My parents sent me to summer camp when I was in 3rd grade. It's a good idea, right? But they didn't look into the camps. They just chose one out of the phone book randomly. And I swear to God this happened. I get there, it's a camp for all retarded kids. I swear to God. I went to camp for retarded kids. I swear to God. I'll never forget, the moment I arrived, I looked around and I realized, holy shit, I'm retarded. I didn't think I was, but I must be. How am I the only kid who's not? This is how they chose to tell me? This is it? Just send him to the camp. Fuck it, he'll figure it out. He's retarded. He's not stupid. I loved it there. It was great. Everybody's nice. Every game is a tie. Just gold medals for everybody. It was awesome. Here's the thing. I never judge other parents now. I never do. I used to, but I never do. Like, you know when you see a mother in McDonald's or someplace or in a toy store and she's just melting down on her kid? She's like, shut up. I hate you. You're ugly. And people are standing around going, oh my goodness, she's a horrible mother. Well, guess what? Those people aren't fucking parents. They don't have kids. Because any parents who are in that store are thinking, what did that shitty kid do to that poor woman? That poor woman. I wish I could help. Because you don't know, man. You don't know. Or like when you see a parent that seems to be negligent, like you see a parent in McDonald's with the kid and the parent's like, I can't take this shit anymore, and just like collapsed and all the shopping bags are just strewn everywhere. And the kid's happy. The kid's eating French fries. And the kid asks a question like, Mama, why is the sky blue? And she's like, just shut up and eat your French fries. And you think, what a terrible mother. Why doesn't she answer her child? When I have a child, I will answer all of their questions. And open their minds to the wonders of the world. Well, guess what? You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You can't answer a kid's question. They don't accept any answer. A kid never goes, oh, thanks, I get it. They fucking never say that. They just keep coming. More questions. Why? Till you don't even know who the fuck you are anymore at the end of the conversation. It's an insane deconstruction. It's amazing. This is my daughter the other day. She's like, Papa, why can't we go outside? Well, because it's raining. Why? Well, water's coming out of the sky. Why? Because it was in a cloud. Why? Well, clouds form when there's vapor. Why? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know any more things. Those are all the things I know. Why? Because I'm stupid, okay? I'm stupid. Why? Well, because I didn't pay attention in school, okay? I went to school, but I didn't listen in class. Why? Because I was high all the time. I smoked too much pot. Why? Because my parents gave me no guidance. They didn't give a shit. Why? Because they fucked in a car and had me, and they resented me for taking their youth. Why? Because they had bad morals. They just had no compass. Why? Because they had shitty parents. It just keeps going like that. Why? Because fuck it, we're alone in the universe. Nobody gives a shit about us. I'm going to stop here to be polite to you for a second. But this goes on for hours and hours, and it gets so weird and abstract at the end. It's like, why? Well, because some things are and some things are not. Why? Well, because things that are not can't be. Why? Because then nothing wouldn't be. You can't have fucking nothing isn't. Everything is. Why? Because if nothing wasn't, there'd be fucking all kinds of shit that we don't like, giant ants with top hats dancing around. There's no room for all that shit. Why? I'll fuck you. Eat your french fries, you little shit. God damn it. Thank you very much, everybody. Good night. Thank you.
Some stores try to show you their moral confidence by putting something on the window that's not really about the product, but about their morality. Sometimes you see a store's got a sign above the door that says, like, no hate allowed in here. Like, fuck off, hate, you piece of shit. No hate in there? I hate my father. Like, do I have to stay outside and deal with it before I can come in to buy some shoes? Sometimes the store tries to tell you how ethical they are in the production of their product. I saw one store, it was a women's clothing store, and it had a sign outside, and it said this. It said, 92% of our garments are responsibly produced. 90, just don't put anything. That's 92% is not high enough for bragging. Because that means 8% of their clothes are like, you don't even want to know how we made this shit. It was a bloodbath when we made that skirt. We just tore the skin off of some Honduran kid's back. It's really cat. But it's tricky, you know, if you're trying to teach your kids right from wrong, you got to choose a side often because not everybody agrees on what's right and wrong. So how do you know, Like abortion, some people think it's murder. Some people don't. I think people should get abortions, like a lot, like as many as you can. You should try to get a lot of abortions. You know why? Because it creates jobs. More abortions, more jobs. For the doctors and the nurses and the dumpster guy. Everybody gets a job. They have to work. How are they going to feed their kids if you don't kill yours? You got to think of everybody. Abortion is a big topic, of course, because Roe v. Wade was overturned. Roe versus Wade. Of course, we all know what this is. This was a court case Roe was a woman who wanted an abortion, and Wade was the baby, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just assuming. I never found out who Wade was. Wade must have been the baby. Anyway. But now that we don't have that, every state has to come up with their own law based on how people feel. They have to listen to people and see how they feel. I think most Americans feel, on average, the same thing about abortion. They feel like people should be able to get abortions if they need them, but, just keep it down a little bit. That's all. That's just go ahead, but, come on. Do it, but don't be like, woo-hoo-hoo! Like, So we need a law that covers that keeps it available but limits it. Here's what I think we should do. Let's make this the law. You can get an abortion anytime, anywhere, but if you get an abortion, you have to eat it. I think that's fair. Because that'll keep it, that'll make you, fuck, I gotta eat it? I better do it soon. Just trying to make everybody happy,
Everybody has different words that offend them, different things that they hear that they get offended by. To me, the thing that offends me the most is every time that I hear the N-word. Not nigger, by the way. I mean the N-word. Literally, whenever a white lady on CNN with nice hair says the N-word, that's just white people getting away with saying nigger. That's all that is. They found a way to say nigger. N-word. It's bullshit, because when you say the N-word, you put the word nigger in the listener's head. That's what saying a word is. You say the N-word and I go, oh, she means nigger. You're making me say it in my head. Why don't you fucking say it instead and take responsibility for the shitty words you want to say? Like, I have a friend who has a lot of young girlfriends. He always goes, and he goes a little they're too young, and it's not okay. He brings them around, and you're like, dude, don't. Like, literally point at her face and go, don't fuck her. That's awful. And she's like, just bad, But so he was going to have sex with her one night, and he said he wanted to go all night. Like, he wanted to really last a long time. So he said, I'm going to drink a lot of milk so I can have a lot of sex. I was like, who told you that mattered? And he goes, well, because you can come more if you drink milk. This guy actually thinks that, like, you run out of cum, but if you drink milk, your body goes like, oh, dude, that's perfect. Just send that right through. That's fine. No, we don't know the difference. Just go ahead and send it through. Run out of cum, and a pinch milk is fine. It doesn't, doesn't matter. Go ahead and send it right through. Spray it all over his cat's face, whatever he was doing. What? I'll cum on my cat's face. If she's watching, she's gonna get a face full of cum. She knows that by now. She knows. It's her fault now. Come on my cat's face once, shame on me. I don't have a cat. I don't have a cat. I never had one. I mean, I would come on a cat's face. I'm not trying to take that back.
I was watching YouTube today. I was watching one of the ads that comes on before the video. I don't skip those. I think that's rude. It is. It's mean. Somebody worked hard on that ad. They trained a cheetah to run alongside a Jeep Cherokee. And you're at home like, 3, 2, 1, fuck off. It's fucking mean. What if you made something, dick? Anyway, the ad was a PSA. It was an anti-smoking message. It was a Puerto Rican man with a hole in his throat. He was like,
My father smoked. And my mother smoked. I wish I never smoked in my life. Please don't smoke cigarettes. Cigarettes are very, very bad for you.
First thought I had was, why does he still have an accent? It's coming out. Feels like if you bypass the mouth, you shouldn't have an accent anymore. Does the machine have a setting for Puerto Rican? Is that just how air sounds coming out of this guy? Does he fart with an accent?
Señor, I'm farting.
Anyway, after the ad, I watched the video that I was looking for, which was a scene from a movie. And it's a scene that I really hate. Every time I see it, it makes me angry, which is why I was looking for it on YouTube. And it's a movie I like. I actually like the movie. It's called Good Will Hunting. Remember Good Will Hunting? Of course, right? Matt Damon. Great performance. He plays a very complicated young man wearing a tight t-shirt for a whole movie. And here's the thing. Here's my issue with Good Will Hunting. Matt Damon also wrote the movie, okay? So he basically sat down and he's like, first of all, I am amazing. I'm a construction worker. I'm like working class. And I drink beer and I get in fights. I get in so many fights. My friends are like, you're out of control, man. And I'm like, shut up. This is the way I am. But then also, I'm a genius. Ooh. I didn't even go to school. I just know things. I don't know why. I just know them. And all the nerdy geniuses that studied for years are like, he's so much smarter than us. It's making us upset. It's insane. It's fucking insane. It only makes sense if he wrote it for himself to be the guy. So the scene I was looking for, it's the worst example of that in the movie. Here's what happens. He goes to a bar and he meets a woman and he likes her. And another guy likes her too. But she picks Matt Damon. Because he wrote the fucking movie. Because he decided, you understand? She doesn't like him, she likes me. You better believe it. So he gets her phone number, and then he goes outside, and he sees the other guy in the window of a restaurant. And he decides to taunt him. So he goes over, he tells his friends, hey, come here, watch this. And he says to the guy, hey! Do you like apples? And the guy says, yes. And Matt Damon goes, well, I got a number. How do you like them apples? And all Matt Damon's friends go, oh! Oh! This was amazing! Oh! Oh my God! Oh my God! You were ready with that! How? You know how he did it? He wrote the whole fucking movie, okay? He made everybody say all the things. Otherwise, this doesn't happen. I mean, he hinges the whole fucking prank on the guy liking apples. The guy must like apples. Who would say yes to do you like apples coming from a clear antagonist who's setting him up, gathered his friends. Do you like, wait guys, watch this. Do you like apples? God damn it, I do. I wish I didn't. 'Cause I can tell this is not gonna go my way. But I can't lie. He'll know it. He'll know it because boy, do I like apples.
Do you understand? If he says no, Matt Damon is fucked. He's fucked in the face for life. He's got nothing. Do you like apples? No. What the dude. Fucking guy. No, come on, seriously. Seriously, you fucking don't fucking Do you like bananas? Because the woman gave me her telephone number, and isn't that bananas?
Where you are, you know, I mean, I'm 40 now, and that's, you know, I mean, I'm 40. I'm half dead, basically. 40's a weird age. You get to this point where, like, you're not old enough for anybody to give a shit that you're old. Nobody's like, I helped a 40-year-old guy today, and it felt really good to do something for him. Nobody spends their holidays delivering hot meals to 40-year-olds. And you're not young enough for anybody to ever be proud of you or impressed. They're just like, yeah, do your job, asshole. Nobody cares. And the world looks at you, like, when you're 40, if you go to the doctor, guess what? They don't try to fix anything anymore. They stop trying to fix shit. When you get to be 40, they just go, yeah, it starts to happen. They don't care. I went to the doctor because my ankle hurt, right? Now, if you're 20 and you have a bad shoulder, the doctor will reconstruct your shoulder through miracles of modern science. He'll take your ear and make a shoulder out of it. It's weird. But when you're 40, they just give you no options. They don't care. I went because my ankle, like, I was limping for like a month out of nowhere. And the doctor, he brings me and he shows me an x-ray of my ankle. He's like, yeah, your ankle's just worn out. What do you mean, I injured my ankle? He's like, no, it's just shitty now. See that dark area? Ugh, it's all hardened. Yeah, they get like that. And they're not good anymore. So just goodbye? Nothing? Is there nothing? Nothing? There's no, it's like an incurable shitty ankle. That's it. And he goes, well, there's things you can do. You can stretch. For a half hour a day, you should stretch your ankle. I was like, how long will that take to fix it? He's like, no, you just do that now. That's just a new thing you do until you and your shitty ankle both die. And he goes, well, you can take a leave. Just take a leave. You can buy it. Just take it. And you can take whatever amount. It doesn't matter. Like, don't pay attention to the dosage. Like, really? He's like, yeah, you could take 10 a day. You'd be fine. He said take 10 a leave a day. I said, I heard, doesn't that stuff, like, hurt your intestines? He goes, oh, yeah, it'll do some intestinal damage after a while. But you just got to weigh that against how much you like your ankle not hurting. And at one point I was like, what if I was like an athlete or something? He goes, you're not an athlete, so no to whatever else you were about to say.
I had a good day. I got a call today. My phone rang and I answered it. I didn't recognize the number. I said hello, and the person said, "Please hold for the president." I was like, "What?" And then a voice comes on. It sounded like the president, and he's like, "Oh, it's President Obama." And I said, "No, that's not you." And he goes, "Yes, it is." And I said, "No, there's no way the president would ever call me." So he goes, all right, we'll just hang up and call the White House and ask for me and you'll get through and maybe they'll convince you. So I said, okay, and I hung up. And I Googled the White House and I got like the main number and I called and said, hi, this guy was calling me. He said he was the president. My name's Louis. And she put me through. So all of a sudden, I'm talking to the president. And I said, what can I do for you? And he goes, I don't know, what's up? He said, where are you? I said, I'm in Phoenix. And he said, I heard they're all fags there. I know. And I was like, First of all, Phoenix is not known for that. Second of all, who says fags? Like, who says just fags? And then beyond that, how dare you, Mr. President? And he says, so go tell everybody who's gonna believe you, you fat douche. And he hung up. I was really surprised. That's what I would do. If I was the president, I would just bother people. I would just fly around the country, go to like Wisconsin, go to some guy's house at 3 a.m. and just drink out of the milk carton. So tell everybody, just piss on the floor. Who's gonna believe you? Yeah, go tell everybody the president pissed on your floor at 3 a.m. Go ahead. To me, that would be the whole point of being president. Is getting to do that. My kids and I were having breakfast the other day, and we're listening to NPR. We always listen to NPR because we're better than you. And so we're listening to NPR at breakfast the other morning, and there's this one story where they kept using this phrase. They kept saying 9/11 deniers. They kept saying that. 9/11 deniers. And my daughter was like, what is that? And I said, well, it's a group of people that think September 11th was a conspiracy. And she said, oh, I thought they were saying 9/11 deniers. Yeah, she thought they meant 9 people who just ain't buying this 11 bullshit. Just a small fringe group, really. There's only 9 of them. But they still got on NPR, they got on the radio because they're dedicated. They protest every day. They're the 9/11 deniers. They're outside of the White House. It goes 10, 12, 13. Just know it. We are the 9/11 deniers. We know that 11 is a bullshit number propagated on the people by the man. Why do we have 11 when we have 13 and 14 and 15 and 16, 17, motherfucking 18 and 19, but we do not have a 1 team? What happened to 1 team? The government took 1 team and replaced it with some bullshit called 11. We are the 9 that deny that shit. Mr. President, give us back 1 team. I don't mean to offend any Chinese people with a stereotype, but... That's right, I'm Chinese, motherfuckers. I lived in Shanghai. I'm Chineser than a motherfucker. My chopsticks and whatnot. Ha! All right. I'm sorry. Here's the thing. Stereotypes are harmful. That's the truth. But the voices are funny. And I don't know how to reconcile those two facts. I enjoy doing the voices, but they're offensive. So I do them at home. I used to do them for my kids when they were little. They liked them. They didn't know it was a race thing. They just enjoyed, Daddy, do the friendly man. You want me to be the friendly man, little girl? We love the friendly man. He loves little white girls too. Let's have some scrambled eggs. And then they grew up and I was like, don't talk about the friendly man. Maybe don't talk to your teachers about them. My kids go to public school in New York City, and all right.
Send your kids there then. Teach them that that's what life is like. The teachers amaze me because I don't know. This is the worst. Here's the worst thing about this country to me is that there's no more noble profession than to be a public school teacher. It's easily. Please don't. You're not gonna like it. You're not gonna like where it's going. I don't recommend clapping at any things. You'll regret it at the end of the thing. In a democracy, there's no more noble contribution you can make than to teach in a public school. And in this country, the people that do that, they're fucking losers. They're just rock bottom fucking losers. And everybody knows it, but they keep doing it. New people are teaching every day, knowing how shitty it is. They show up, they tell them ahead of time, hi, what is this job? And they say, okay, here's what we need you to do. We need you to make children know math. Wow. Do they want to know math? No, they don't want to know it. You need to make them know it against their will while they're exploding sexually and Who are these children? Just whatever kids live near the building. How much do I get paid? About $10 every 4 years. What if I get really good at it? What happens? Nothing. Nothing happens. Nobody notices, and you get fired, and you die alone. Okay, I'll try it for 25 years. My daughter's learning about Greek mythology, and she was asking me questions about it. She was like, Daddy, who's Achilles' mother? I said, I don't fucking know. Don't ask me that shit. I don't know who Achilles' mother is. Don't yell it out if you know it, please. It's Camp Amputees. Nobody cares what you know. She had a question about Achilles, and it was an interesting question, and I'll tell it to you. But first, the story of Achilles, real quick. Achilles was a baby. He was a Greek baby, and he didn't stay that way. But when he was a Greek baby, his mother, who was a goddess, took him into the river Styx, which is at Hades, the land of the dead, and she dipped him in the water of the river Styx because there was a magical quality to that water that it would make you impervious of any harm. You couldn't be hurt. It was like a shield, right? So she dipped him in that water to protect him. But she held him by the heel. That's the important detail. Held him by the heel, which is an awkward way to hold a baby. By the heel. Try holding a baby by the heel and dipping it in a river. You will never see that baby again.
I lost the baby in the water. I was trying to wash him and he fell in the river. I'm sorry, Mr. Achilles, I lost your baby. You told me to hold him by the heel. He's asleep.
Achilles' mother's a Mexican nanny. It's a lesser-known character in the Iliad. Anyway, his mother, she was able to hold on, of course, because she was a goddess. She was the goddess of grip or whatever, I don't know. And she held on, and then he was protected, except on his heel. His heel was not protected. And so that's what we call your Achilles heel, your one vulnerable place. Everybody's got their Achilles heel. Achilles' Achilles heel was his heel. Like literally. Anyway, so my daughter, here was her question. She said, how come his mother didn't just dip him again? She could have just dipped him one more time with the other leg in there. Did she just like you're like a sign that says one dip per goddess? Did you ever color an Easter egg? It's not that complicated. You dip it, and then you hold it differently and dip it again. Smart kid. I was proud of her. But at the same time, I thought, who the fuck are you to judge this woman? It bothered me.
Because here's what the story of Achilles teaches me, is that if you're a parent, it's never enough what you do for these motherfuckers. It's just never enough. It's still gonna be your fault. How much more do you want from a mother? She dipped her kid in magic water and protected 99% of his body. Is any of it up to him? He could have just wore a big shoe and be careful. But he goes out in sandals, fucking flip-flops, and a sword and fights the whole planet. I'm Achilles because my mother dipped me. Finally, somebody got him in the heel, and he's like, Mom! Thanks a lot, Mom! Get my heel. She's so stupid, she ruined it. Fuck you, Achilles, you Greek dick.
I've seen a few tits. I've seen, I don't know, 48 maybe, I don't know. I've had my history in my life, you know. I've been divorced for 5 years, and it's been the best part of my life, being divorced. Easily my favorite part of my life. I love being divorced. Every year has been better than the last. And it's the only time I can say that about. And by the way, I'm not saying don't get married. If you meet somebody, fall in love and get married, and then get divorced, because that's the best part. It's the best part. Marriage is just like a larva stage for true happiness, which is divorce, because you just let go. And everything's fine now. Divorce is forever. It really actually is. Marriage is for how long you can hack it. But divorce just gets stronger like a piece of oak. Nobody ever says, oh, my divorce is falling apart, it's over, I can't take it. And again, if you're in a good marriage, stay in it. If you're in the best marriage ever, stay in it. I'm just saying, if you got out, it would be better. That's just a fact. I'm sorry, but it's true. Everything's better. My ex-wife and I, this is the best part of our knowing each other. We're good co-parents because we live apart and we're friends. Our kids go to her half the week, they come to me half the week. And I'm a good father. I'm an attentive, focused, and responsible father. Do you know why? Because I get to say goodbye to these kids every week. Are you shitting me? It's like every parent's fantasy. Who can't be a good father for half of every week? No matter how bad it gets, every Wednesday I get to go, goodbye, girls. Daddy's gonna go upstairs and pour whiskey all over his naked body right now. I'm gonna lay in my own filth until 2 seconds before you come back here. That's why I'm such a good dad. My daughter was having a dance thing at her school. They had this big dance. Anyway, we all went, all the parents, and everybody's there, and everybody's got their phone. Every single parent. It was an amazing thing to watch, because kids are dancing, and every parent is standing there like this. Every single person was blocking their vision of their actual child with their phone. And the kids, I went over by the stage, and the kids, there's people holding iPads in front of their faces. It looked like we're all in the witness protection program. Like the kids can't see their parents. And everybody's watching a shitty movie of something that's happening 10 feet. Like, look at your fucking kid. The resolution on the kid is unbelievable. If you just look, it's totally HD. Why are you taping this? You're never gonna watch it. In a million years, you're not gonna watch videos of your kids doing shit you missed the first time it happened. You don't watch it, you just put it on Facebook. Here, you watch it. I wanna take a nap now. And then you get to read all the comments. Oh my God! It's so cute! And guess what? They're not watching it either. They're not watching the video. These kids are dancing for no one. Nobody watches the videos on your Facebook. They see the first frame of a kid and they go, ah, that's very nice. Okay, back to this. Nobody's watching your kids' videos on Facebook, I promise you. I'll prove it to you. Next time you tape your kids dance, take 1 second of it, and then add 20 minutes of just your own asshole. Just go in the bathroom and just record your own anus opening and closing for 20 minutes. Tack it on to your kid dancing for a second, put that on Facebook. Everybody will write the same thing. That's adorable. I think I see a future star.
Some things that are terrible happening in the world, you just kind of give up. Like in New York, there's a lot of homeless people here. I mean, there's a lot of homeless people here. I mean, not in here. There's none in here. There's none in here. There's none in here. Not even with a ticket, he ain't getting in here. They're not allowed to go where we go. They're just not allowed. That's the one part we all agree with. I don't know what to do about the homeless, but they're not coming in here. If you don't have your own indoors, you can't come into other people's indoors. Those are the rules. Those are the rules we live by. I've done benefit shows for homeless people where homeless people weren't allowed in the show. There's whole places they don't get to, like the airport. They've never even seen an airport. You never been at your gate and some guy's like, hey, I'm trying to get to Tokyo. Can you help me out?
When I was about 6 years old, maybe, I stayed home from school one day. I had a single mom and she worked. So when I stayed home from school, I just got to be alone in my house. And so one day I was alone in my house watching TV. I think I was about 6 years old, maybe 7. And I went and got my pillow from my bed and I sat on it and I farted into it. And then I decided, I was sick in my stomach, so I was like, I'm just gonna fart into this pillow for just all day. I mean, I just kept farting into that pillow just over and over again. Like at least more than 200 times. Just for hours. And then I told myself, I'm gonna smell this now. Because I've been farting into it all day. And I had the pillow and I just said, I'm just gonna go all at once. And I just shoved it on my face and I went, and I have never had an experience like that again in my life. I really feel like I overstimulated myself at 6 years old because it like jaded me for every other thing that's ever happened. I watched a bum eat a rat. And I was like, so? I smelled 200 farts when I was 6.
This is the story of Jesus cursing a fig tree. Does anybody by applause know of this story? Okay, that's just enough to make it clear. This is true. I mean, nothing's true in here. But I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't fucking know. What do I know? I wasn't there. I'm just trying to make it clear that I didn't make it up. This is Mark chapter 11. It's when Mark went broke. And Jesus entered into Jerusalem, and when he had looked around about and seen all things, and the eventide was come, he went out unto Bethany with the 12. See, Bethany was like a suburb of Jerusalem. So he went in Jerusalem. You know, you see all the shit downtown, but you don't stay downtown. You go to the Marriott by the airport. You know? That's what Bethany was. And on the morrow, when they come from Bethany, Jesus was hungry. And seeing a fig tree afar off, having leaves, he came to it, if haply he might find anything thereon. But when he came to the tree, he found nothing but leaves, for the time of figs was not yet. And Jesus answered and saith unto the tree, no man shall eat fruit of thee hereafter and forever. And the disciples heard it. And in the morning when they passed by, they saw the fig tree dried up from the roots and dead. And Peter, calling to remembrance, saith unto him, Master, behold, the fig tree which thou dost curthest has withered away and died. And Jesus answered and saith unto them, Have faith in God.
What the fuck kind of a Jesus story is that? Hey, Jesus, you killed a tree. That's right, motherfucker. What's the fucking point to this story? What is the moral that Jesus just killed a tree? He was hungry. He was fucking cranky. He was like, there's no figs. Fuck you, tree. You're fucking dead, you piece of shit. I wanted a fig. And the tree's like, but the time of figs is not yet. It's just not yet. I need another week. You want fruit out of season? Go to Whole Foods, you fucking Jew. I didn't do anything.
Different. Like if murder was legal, I might have killed a few people. I don't know. I'd love to think, oh, I would never do that. But we really need the law against murder. For one simple reason. The law against murder is the #1 thing preventing murder. We'd like to think it's because, like, oh, I would never do that. No, it's because it really sucks getting caught murdering. A lot. If murder was legal, or just a misdemeanor, like you get a thing in the mail, oh shit, they had a camera there. Oh, well. If murder was legal, there would be so much murder. Regular people would murder. Murderers would murder even more. And then really nice, sweet people would murder a few people. But nobody would murder no people. You wouldn't trust somebody who didn't murder. If murder was legal, you wouldn't like them. I never killed anybody. Okay, nice meeting you. Ugh. What a creep. I mean, not even a hooker. Live a life. What's wrong with that guy? He's like a Mormon or some shit. I hate those guys. I think he's nice. Shut up, Janet. It would just... If murder was legal, there would be a lot of murder. Children would behave very differently. Because mostly parents would be murdering their own kids. That's mostly what would happen if murder was legal. You'd be, you go to a mall, there'd be like 8 different moms in the mall just, I told you to stop it! You didn't listen to me! You'd be stepping over dead kids. It would be like a new problem. You have to clean up your kids when you kill them, because it's gross. It's bad for the environment. If you murder your child in a public place, please use one of the red bags that are in the dispensers every 3 feet of America. Put your murdered child in the red bag with a logo of a murdered kid on it. Next to the other logo that tells you not to let your alive kid play with a plastic bag because they might suffocate. In which case you could just leave them in the bag.
You? Hello? How are you? Good. Hi, guys. Nice to be here. I had a good day. I went shopping today. I had to buy a belt because my pants... Here's the problem. You know when you get fat and your pants get tight, and then you get fatter because it's not like, oh, I'll stop eating. And then all your pants hurt. Like every pair of pants hurts. And then you eat even more because you're like, screw it now, man, and you just get depressed. But here's what happens. If you get fat enough, your belly starts to push out, and your pants won't even hang in the normal place. And then they get down to your pelvis, and then they feel loose, and you're like, hey, losing weight, all right, I'm coming down. I guess I ate my way through to the other side. I've gotten, look at this. This is ridiculous. The crazy part is that my belly hits my pelvis at a right angle. It just goes right in. Like when I'm in the shower and I'm scrubbing, when I get down there, I gotta cut in like this. I actually have to scrub. Or else that gets filthy down there. It's like it's like a theater seat. I find pennies and receipts and stuff. Yeah.
And the worst part is I'm 39, so it's not like I'm going to get better. This is it or a lot worse for the rest of my life. It's not like I'm going to be all ripped when I'm 48. It's over. And I got tits, too. I just got boobs. I got boobs on my body. How depressing is that? That is a really weird moment in a guy's life when you catch your boobs in the mirror and you get all these weird feelings, you know? They must be the same feelings that a teenage girl has when her... It's the only thing that a 12-year-old girl and a 40-year-old man have in common is that moment when you're going, nothing! You got to carry your books like this. It's depressing. I think it's because I eat huge amounts of food all the time. I was at a party recently for my daughter and her. A friend of hers had a party, so I had to be in a room full of awful people at a birthday party. And but then there was a plate of cookies, and once I saw the cookies, I'm like, "That's all of this is that now." I'm gonna eat every cookie. And you got to have like a strategy for how often you go to the cookie plate and keep rediscovering it like you haven't seen it. The first time you see it, you're like, oh, somebody brought cookies. Yeah, I gotta go ahead. You got to go like this, like, I don't have to have one, but I don't want to insult anybody, and you eat one. Oh, I can take it or leave it. You walk away the whole time, radar back there. Later on, different group of people around. I want the cookies. Somebody. If people start to notice how much you're eating them, you have to say something like, "These are crazy. What's with these cookies? They're weird." It's like, no, it's not that you're a fat piece of crap that can't stop eating. They're insane cookies. I love all food. I like food from other countries. I was in Chinatown. I know that's not another country, but I was. In Chinatown, and I went to the this grocery store, and they had weird food in there. They had, I swear to God, they had duck vaginas. They had duck vaginas in a big barrel with a scoop stuck in it. And I'm looking at these duck vaginas. First of all, I'm thinking, could we possibly dominate a species more than that? Than that we're selling their vaginas in barrels? The ducks are like, dudes, enough already with that. I didn't get any. I didn't buy any because I don't want to know. What if I love duck vaginas? What if I love duck vaginas. They're so good. It's not like a million things taste like a duck vagina. 4 in the morning, I got to have a duck vagina right now. Chinatown's closed. I got to go to the park with a knife. Where's a duck? Thank you very much, folks.
God, you did never say that. Oh my God. No, I'm gonna go if you can. Seriously. What?
Hi, could you stop talking because you're making it hard for me to do my job.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's okay. Just, you don't have to be sorry. Just please don't do it anymore, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Anyway. Holy shit. This gets me a little... Sorry. I was on a plane the other day, and people on plane... You know when you're on a plane and you're on the tarmac, and but you can't get to the gate because there's a plane at your gate?
That's what happened to Mike the other day.
Excuse me?
No, my my friend, that happened to him too.
I don't care.
Well, no, my friend Mike.
Hey! Nobody cares about your friend Mike. Nobody cares about your friend Mike.
Okay.
Nobody cares about your friend Mike.
Okay, whatever. It was funny.
What was funny?
Unlike you.
I'm sorry?
I said unlike you.
It was funny, unlike me.
Yes, I did.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
What happened to the parade?
What parade?
The parade of stupid you were floating? I'm just curious.
Okay, that's not even funny.
It's not?
No.
Okay. You sure? All right.
No, you're offensive.
I'm offensive?
Yes.
What do you mean?
You're making jokes about rape, and that's offensive.
You don't like rape?
No.
You don't?
No.
That's really weird because you know that you wouldn't even exist if your mom hadn't raped that homeless Chinese guy.
Oh my God.
However many years ago you're born. No, listen, I'm sorry. I'm really... It's hard to come back from that, but I am sorry. I didn't mean that. Look, can you do me a favor?
What?
Can you please just die of AIDS? Does anybody have AIDS who they could put their dick in her face and get her started on that?
Oh my God.
Anybody?
I could sue you.
What? You can sue me?
Yeah.
You know who I would like to sue? Everybody that works in the hospital that you were born at. Because I would like to sue them for not responsibly pulling your head off the second. Letting you live was medical malpractice.
Can't you just like move on?
No, I can't. I really can't, because you're the worst thing that ever happened in America. Seriously, it goes you, slavery, and then Pearl Harbor and 9/11 combined. Those are the three. And so, like, as an American, I feel like it's my duty to make you feel poorly. And your mother's a whore.
My mother's dead.
Your mother's dead?
Yeah.
That's good. It is. You know why? Because she can't make any more with her.
You did not just call me a C word.
What's that?
Did you just call me a C word?
No, I called you a because you're and your mother is one, and she had one. You know what? The moment you were being born, there was a guy walking by, and you know what he said? He said, "Hey, look, some coming out of some."
Good, nice to be here. Nice to be in Aspen. My name's Louis, I live in New York, and I like New York. It's the only city where you actually have to say things like, hey, that's mine, don't pee on that, you know? Usually you don't need that phrase. I did something really stupid the other day. I went to buy groceries at a supermarket, and I forgot to have money. Have you ever done that? I was totally broke, and I didn't realize till the guy had bagged all my stuff and everything, and he says, $85, and I said, I don't have any money. And he's like, what, you don't have enough money? No, I don't have any money at all. And he didn't know what to do. He's like, well, you want to put some of your stuff back? Is that what you're saying? Put it all back, I think. The worst thing is I didn't know how to leave. You know, it's like, well, see you later. I had fun picking his stuff out anyway. I got a boner shop in here. Thanks, man. I always get in these embarrassing situations. Like, you know when you tell somebody a story, then a week later you tell them the same story again because you forgot? And by this time you've added a bunch of lies to it and you've embellished it. The other day I was telling a guy a funny story about something that happened to me, and it was true, but it didn't really happen to me. It happened to somebody else. I was just lying and saying it was me. And all of a sudden I realized that I was talking to the guy that it happened to. And he's like, that wasn't you, that was me. What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh, I thought that happened to me. Shit. So I got kind of lonely last night. I ended up calling one of those phone sex numbers. You ever call those? You know, like 1-900-BIG-TITS or whatever it is, you know? 1-900-BIG-OLD-FLOPPITY-TITTIES. You know those lines you call. And I always end up talking to some woman who's like 55 and her name is Blanche or something, you know? It's like,
I'm gonna take your trousers off very slowly. Then I'm gonna play with your balls.
sounds like a threat. Stay away from my balls, lady. I'll call the police. I gotta do something, though. It's ridiculous. It's been so long for me since I've had any real sex that even now when I masturbate, I don't have any point of reference for the fantasy, you know? Like now when I masturbate, I just fantasize about other times I masturbated. That's all I really have now to say. Oh, yeah, my old apartment. Yeah, that was a good one. I was in jail about a week ago because I drive, but I don't have a driver's license. So I had to go to jail, and I had to be strip searched at this jail. And so I'm staying naked in front of this cop, and he looks at me and he just says, "All right, lift." And I was like, "Lift what?" And he says, "Lift your testicles." And I was like, "Well, can I use my hands, or...?" Or do you just want me to go, these testicles. Rise on my command. Look at my great red hairy balls and fear me. Mira mis cojones grandes y pelirrojos. So that was a bad night. Sorry. You ever wear a bathing suit because you ran out of clean underwear? I got an idea. I did that once. I was on a date with a girl and I was wearing a bathing suit under my pants because I didn't have laundry. And she wouldn't have known except for I had that white string flapping outside my fly the whole time. And she's like, what do you have, a tampon in there? What the hell are you doing? You're a loser. Yes. The other night I woke up in the middle of the night and my hand was asleep. Has this ever happened to you? Because I was sleeping like this for whatever reason. And I woke up and my shoulder hurt like a motherfucker. And I took out my hand and it was like white and I couldn't feel it. And I'm pinching it really fucking hard. I couldn't feel, I'm breaking the fingers and nothing. It was dead. So you know what I did? I put it on my penis so it would feel like somebody else. You know? And it worked. But then I thought, you know, shit, I got some guy's hand on my dick. I don't want some dead guy's hand on my dick. Get that out of here. Sex is weird, though. You know when you're having sex with somebody, you start to make those noises. You know those sexual noises? You ever feel weird about the noises you make during sex? You ever listen to yourself and go like, where the fuck did I pick that one up? What the hell was that? Because sometimes you make the oddest noises. You really get into it, you're like, woo! That'd be fun to make that noise with somebody that you're having sex with for the very first time, you know? After all the tension that built up to it, right at the moment of passion, you go, just to watch their face going, shit. Fuck, man, another one. It's important to make those noises, though. They're very important because the reason we moan during sex is to guide your partner. You're there. It's kind of like a homing device, you know? It's kind of like if a woman is doing something to my nipples during sex or during a boating accident or whatever, it doesn't matter exactly when. If she's doing something to my nipples, I usually want to say to her, you know, you're really wasting your time, honestly. You might as well be licking my wallet. There's just nothing there. Just fucking blow it off, you know? But that would be rude, you know? So you just moan less at the nipple. You just kind of do that holding pattern bullshit moan. It's like, oh, whatever, you know? And then if she starts to move lower, ha, 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 yes! Genius! You know what would be fun to do one time when you're having sex with somebody? Don't make any noise at all. Just lie there perfectly still. And then right at the moment of orgasm, you just look at them and you go, I had sex with this woman once, and she turned out to be a complete nymphomaniac. And I always thought I'd want to be with a nymphomaniac, but it was really a nightmare, you know? Because she wanted to just keep going and going. And the sex was really hard work, too, because she was like just grabbing me, pulling me in there, going, come on, fuck me, come on, you redheaded faggot, do it, come on, you know? And I'm just, whoa, like a big dildo, all right, whatever. You know? So we're done finally, and I'm like really tired, you know? And she looks at me and she goes, let's do it again. Like creepy like that, you know? Let's do it again. And I was like, all right, so we do it again. She's like, come on, fuck it, you know? And now we're done and I'm just dead. I'm a bag of shit lying there. I got nothing. And she says, let's do it again. And I was like, why? Really, I mean, we accomplished the thing. What is there, a prize? What are we doing here? So we did it again, and this time from behind, which is good for me, because I can't hide the pain in my face anymore. It's impossible. And then she starts getting into it, right? And she starts, like, backing into me really hard. She's going like, bam! 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 And it really fucking hurt a lot. So I had to say something, you know? So I said, hey, take it easy. It's the most polite thing I could think of, you know? I didn't want to say, hey, don't back your snatch into me so hard. You're gonna rip my dick off, you fucking lunatic. Hi, Mom. Anyway, I think sex is a great thing. I think that everybody should be allowed to have all the kinds of sex they want, you know? I would never let a woman spank me, though, because I always be afraid that then I gotta go buy hoods and magazines, and it's like skiing, you go broke on that shit, you know? But I don't understand people that are intolerant of certain sex. Like one guy came up to me once in the middle of the street and told me I was wearing a faggy shirt. What the hell does that mean? Total stranger walks up to me. Hey, nice faggy shirt, you faggot! What the hell does that mean? I remember the shirt I was wearing, it was pink and it had these little pictures of guys blowing each other on it, you know, like sitting right? But the thing is, though, people just don't, like I was talking to a friend of mine once about another guy, and I said, is he gay? And my friend said, oh yeah, he's really gay. What the hell does that mean? How do you get to be really gay? Are there many levels? Do you start out just a little bit gay? Like, you know, I feel like I'm coming down with the queers a little bit today. I just feel a little bit queer. I just feel like touching a penis like this. And then one day you're taking it up the ass, you're jerking off two guys and blowing somebody all at the same time. And you go, wow, I'm really gay. I am very homosexual. Look at all these penises. I'm the gayest man in the world. I am faggotor. No one is gayer than me. Thank you very much. You've been a pleasure. Good night.
Because in places where that doesn't happen, people are just too free and fucking, they're just a bummer, you know? Like, I was once on Venice Beach and I'm jogging, and there's this guy rollerblading towards me. And he's got rollerblades on and just a thong. Just a fucking thong that's just grabbing his dick and balls and just fighting with it, going, stay in there. And then he's just totally naked otherwise, and he's got this Kenny G hair, and he's just rollerblading like... free. And I actually had to stop jogging because I needed my whole body to fucking hate this guy with. I had to just stand there and go, oh, you motherfucker. Now I have to know you exist, you piece of shit. Fucking go skating to an AIDS tree, you motherfucker. All right, now. I don't know. I've started to kind of hate people, and it's not because I have anything against them. It's just I enjoy it. It's just recreation. Like, you know when you're at the bank and you got nothing to do while you're waiting in line, so you just pick people to hate while you're waiting. You just look at someone and form an opinion with no information. And it's never positive. Who fucking wastes their time? I bet he's a hard worker. Who thinks about that shit? Skip over those people. Then you find a guy, oh, look at his shoes. What a fucking asshole. Oh, look at that piece of shit. Hope he dies today. Oh, God, I hate him. I hate him. You watch all the shit. Yeah, fill it out, you fuckface. Fill it out. Yeah, you filled it out. I knew it. You suck. He's just standing there. He has no idea you're just boiling with hate, you know? I feel people hating me sometimes, you know, like, I was at the post office and I'm at the line, you know, it's one of those things where there's a long line and one window open. So everyone's just like, everyone's mad. But when you're in the line, you're in the hate group. You get to be part of the group and you're all looking at each other going, like a silent movie of impatient people, you know. Then there's always one person who breaks the silence, somebody who has an idea, you know, like, they should open another window. Everybody's like, yeah, I know, I don't even know. I don't even know how to do it. Then there's always an old lady who has a story. I was here on Wednesday, and there was also a line like this. Holy shit, really? Oh my God, you fucking old lady, that's amazing. But anyway, then it's your turn at the window, right? And now everybody's looking at you and you feel the scrutiny of how quickly you're mailing your shit. You start realizing how unimportant your package is and you feel like they can tell. You know, fuck, get out of there. You don't need to mail that right now. And it's like, if you do one little extra thing, like, do you have those stamps that have Jackie Robinson behind you? You're like, Jesus fucking dude. They put their shit down heavily like, fuck now, this motherfucker's gonna make me stand here while he buys fucking stamps at the post office? Are you shitting me?
Well, I think life is pretty, I don't think it's so awful. I mean, I don't think you should expect anything to go well. I think the only thing you have coming to you, after you're born, the only thing you have really coming to you is death. That's the only thing that you're owed.
You're owed.
And the rest of it is whatever you get lucky enough to dodge the buses that can hit you and stuff, you know.
Right.
But I think the world the way it is better than it could be. I think that you know, there's war and there's murder, but there's not as much as there could be. Really. There could be so much more. Like when I see a crowd of people like at Disneyland or something, I'm like, how are they not killing each other all the time? Like, how are there not like 50 murders every day at Disneyland? Just people with knives just going, could you just move? You know, just little, just... When I hear like a man was murdered, I'm like, sure he was. People get...
There's no horror? There's no, oh my God, a man was murdered?
I'm upset for him, blah, blah, his family, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I was, once I saw a homeless guy at a bus stop, and he looked really wretched, and there was a woman next to him with a purse, and in my head I was saying to him, murder her, what are you, just murder her and take the money. You're homeless. Life is kicking you in the balls every day. Start murdering and eating well. Like, why wouldn't you do that?
Sounds very reasonable when you say it.
This week is testing week at schools. So,
I hear a lot about that. Yep.
Yeah, so there did 3 days of extensive standardized testing.
Mm-hmm. And what are the consequences of the standardized testing?
Well, the way I understand it, if a school's kids don't test well, they burn the school down. So it's pretty high pressure.
A lot of pressure on the kids.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the tests are written by people that nobody knows who they are. It's very secretive. Mm-hmm. And the questions are, because they have to prepare for these tests for a long time. A lot of the year is about the tests.
Teaching for the test.
Teaching to the test, they call it, because they decided there's a new way kids should think, and we're going to prove they're thinking it by having them pass these tests, or we burn the school down. So, anyway, my kids kind of panic when they're in these, you know, which is okay. You know, my mother was a math teacher, and she taught me that moment where you go, I don't know what this is when you panic. That means you're about to figure it out. That means you've let go of what you know and you're about to grab onto a new thing.
That's great.
That you didn't know yet. So I'm there for them in those moments, and I go, come on, just look at the problem. And then I look at the problems, and it's like, you know, Bill has 3 goldfish. He buys 2 more. How many dogs live in London? Or something like that. So,
wow. That's crazy. Well, you better notify the fire department.
That's right.
New York is such a part of your show.
Yeah, I love it.
And the way you depict New York, you must go crazy for this town.
I do, because there's all sides of the spectrum here, you know. Sometimes you're I have children here, too, so sometimes you're in a park and there's pigeons, and then there's an old lady masturbating or whatever. And I'm saying that's one side of the spectrum.
Yeah. Well, you know how it is when you're looking at pigeons.
Yeah.
They're pretty erotic.
Up. Well, she fed all her bread to them, and there was nothing left, so she started to masturbate for them. She's doing it for the pigeons. All right, I'm sorry. Part of it was I wanted to cut out the middleman. That's an exciting idea. I make a show. I literally output it on my MacBook, and you watched it on your iPad. That was exciting to me.
Yeah, sure.
But here's the thing. When you cut out the middleman, you deal with the customers directly.
Are you really dealing with the customers?
Well, I don't. I mean, I read some of the emails I get. Like, one guy wrote to me after I was on the air for 3 weeks, and he said, I'm still on the fence about trying your show. I don't know if I want to spend the $5. So can you write me an email and try to convince me to watch your show? And I'm like, you know, take your $5 and shove it up your ass. Like, I'm mad. Because...
Dancing is a terrible career choice. You like watching it, but you think it's a terrible career choice.
The worst available career choice.
What are you talking about?
It's a massive amount of dedication followed by giving up. That's what they all have to give up. Because there's like 3 dance jobs on the planet Earth. And there's no second tier. Like any other, even a musician, even being a musician, and on there, what are you doing? Don't be a musician. That's a stupid thing to do for a living. But if it doesn't work out the way you wanted, you can look at these. You've got these guys here. These guys. Okay.
What are you talking about?
No, just to be clear, what I'm saying...
You know these guys.
What I'm saying is that if you're a dancer and you're the greatest dancer ever, nobody gives a shit, first of all. I mean, because everybody dances. And then how many millionaire dancers are there?
I don't know.
You can dance for like 2 seconds at your peak. You got to give up. You know, I mean, stripping, you can strip, but you don't need to go to Alvin Ailey to learn to do that.
Yeah.
That's a good career choice.
Right.
Being a stripper.
And sometimes people ask me for pictures, and I don't like doing it.
What? No, why not?
Well, I know you're just supposed to. You're supposed to go, oh, well, you know, the fans, but I just go, no, I don't want to do it.
Right.
So it just makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But one time, like, so I always try to be nice how I say no. I go, oh, you know, but thank you,
Sure.
you know, okay. So I was coming out of a restaurant once, and these two women are standing there, and I hear them say, picture. So I go, oh, no, I'm sorry. I just don't like doing that.
Right.
I hope that's okay.
Yeah,
and they're like, okay. And I said, what's your name, though? And she's like, Janet. And I go, hi, Janet, I'm Louie. Hi. Hey, guys, I'm sorry, but thank you. Yeah. And then I walk away, and then I see the two women give their camera to some guy to take their picture.
Yeah.
With each other. And so...
Well, that's not right.
No. And so I look at this story from their point of view. They want a picture of themselves, and they go to a random stranger, could you take our picture first? Oh, you know, I just don't like doing that. I'm really sorry, but what's your name? What a creep. What a gross creep.
Something very wrong. Once
really
again,
wrong
it's all your fault. Sure.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
But I was watching Schindler's List, and this moment happened that it just stuck with me. It's a scene where all the Jews are being thrown out of Warsaw, and it's very sad. And they're going down the street, and there's these Polish people that aren't Jewish watching them leave.
Right.
And one of them is a little girl, and she's about 7 years old, and she's on a mailbox, and she's very cute, and she's yelling, "Goodbye, Jews! Goodbye, Jews!" And this really left an impression on me, and probably on the Jews that she was yelling at, too. Because I think it's real. I think
a very
that happened.
powerful moment, yeah.
Yes, and I think it probably really happened, and somebody told Spielberg about that, and he was like, we're doing that in the movie. So he made that scene, which means he had to find a little girl to play that little girl. He had to find a little cute girl who could yell, "Goodbye, Jews!" at grown-ups.
Right.
And that's a really... And I know how movies are made, so I know somewhere there's a tape of like 50 little girls all trying really hard, trying to get the "Goodbye, Jews" part. Right. And they're all adorable.
They're adorable.
Or some of them aren't so good at it.
Yeah, because there's no kid actors that are like, you know, Sean Penn, can I work from within? They're all adorable. They're all cute.
Right.
There's a tape somewhere of little girls. "Hi, my name is Anne Marie, and I'm with William Morris. Goodbye, Jews." "Goodbye, Jews." Anne Marie, we need a little more anger. "Oh, I'm sorry. Goodbye, Jews." Okay, next. And there's another girl. "Goodbye, Jews. Goodbye, Jews." Okay, next. And then comes the girl who's amazing, and her mother has prepared her for months. She knows how to walk in the room. "Hi, my name is Louise, and I am really happy to meet you. The sun'll come out tomorrow. Bet your..." We just need the line, actually. "Oh, I'm sorry. Goodbye, Jews! Goodbye, Jews!" Yeah. And there's a new thing, the cloud. They want you to go to the cloud. And they are selling it as a great idea. You don't need your stuff. Just give it to us. We'll keep it on the cloud. It's fine. You don't have to. And you're like, really? But those are my pictures. And we'll keep it on the cloud. You pay a little rent to have it up on the cloud. And the way they're going to talk you into this is that you get to have a smaller device. Because you don't need to keep this stuff on it. You understand? Right. That's why, okay, like this, somebody gave me this iPhone. This is what an iPhone is right now, okay? Now, it's gonna, when they tell you you want to keep it on the cloud, they're gonna say, this is the iPhone now. The next iPhone is just gonna be this. It's just gonna be this. And it's just gonna be this thing. Because you need this to store all your movies and stuff on. But you're just gonna have this, and you just rub and go, ooh, I want to see Tom Cruise, and Tom Cruise will be all around your face. And then you want to see, you know, Selma Hayek, and then you take it and you that's how it's going to work.
I'll give you $10,000 for that thing right now.
Some parents really struggle with, like, all the other kids have the terrible thing, so my kid has to. Yeah, let your kid go and be a better example to the kids. Just because the other stupid kids have phones doesn't mean that, okay, well, my kid has to be stupid, otherwise she'll feel weird.
Right.
You know, I think these things are toxic. I don't, especially for kids. It's just this thing. It's bad, and they don't look at people when they talk to them, and they don't build empathy. You know, kids are mean, and it's because they're trying it out. They look at a kid and they go, "You're fat," and then they see the kid's face scrunch up, and they go, "Ooh, that doesn't feel good to make a person do that." Right. But they got to start with doing the mean thing. But when they write "you're fat," then they just go, that was fun. I like that. So.
That tasted good.
Let me ask you a question, and it's specifically about breakfast. I have this conversation with my son, who is 10, who is, I guess, right between the ages of your daughters. And it goes like this. Well, what would you like for breakfast? I'm not hungry. Well, yeah, but let's just say you were. How about bacon? No. How about eggs? No. Pancakes? No. And so we go through every imaginable form of consumable human food, none of which interests the kid. And then, so now we go back and we start over. And it's clear that he has decided on his side he's going to say no to everything I come up with. But yet, they have to eat.
Yes, they do, but why?
What do you do at
why
that
are you
point?
asking him what he wants? I mean, you're asking him to decide where everything's headed. And look, I know why you're asking. I get it. But the thing is, you're saying if he doesn't decide what he wants, he won't eat.
So I'm already behind the 8 ball.
That's never going to be his...
So with your girls, you just put the food in front of them.
I go, here's what we're having.
Here's what we're having.
I don't want that. And I go, all right, what do you want then?
Well, how are your children doing? Are they all right? How are they?
My kids are good.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't. On paper, they're great. They're 2 little white girls in America.
Right.
I mean, what? Yeah. Sometimes I look at it that way. I look at them. I'm like, you can't say anything.
Yeah.
You're doing awesome.
Right.
Just boilerplate, great lives. I gave my daughter medicine the other day, and it was bubblegum flavored, so that she'll take it.
Bubblegum flavored medicine?
Yeah, you get like Tylenol. It's bubblegum flavored.
Oh, it's not methadone or anything. It's
no, it's bubblegum flavored. I give her, she's got a fever, Tylenol, bubblegum flavor, and she goes, ew. I'm like, you ew. You can't say ew. I'm sorry. It's medicine.
Medicine, right, exactly.
It's medicine. Most children don't have medicine.
Right.
Most children in the world, when they get sick, they die on a rock with a bear eating them. That's how they handle it.
Right.
And, oh, he's got a sniffle, ring the bear bell and put him outside, whatever they do. You're a little white girl in America. You wear clothes made by children your age professionally. You don't get to say ew about your bubblegum medicine.
I never heard of bubblegum medicine. Well, I mean, you got the holidays coming up. Are you doing any plans?
No,
you seem like a very holiday guy.
I just want to say I'm not trying to say that if you're white you can't complain.
Right.
I'm just saying that if you're black you get to complain more.
Right.
Because you can't. There you go.
Don't tell the band that.
Do you feel that we now, in the 21st century, we take technology for granted?
Well, yeah, because now we live in an amazing world, and it's wasted on the crappiest generation of just spoiled idiots that don't care, because this is what people are like now. They got their phone, and they're like, it won't. Give it a second. It's going to space. Can you give it a second to get back from space? Is the speed of light too slow for you? Yeah. I was on an airplane and there was internet, high speed internet.